Vincent. Sir Venom.
It has begun!
You guys tied up some loose ends in Waterdeep before heading to Yartar. Vincent, you did some research on how best to raise a griffin pup. Axel and the gang spoke with Alistair, the leader of the Xanathar's Guild, about a number of potentials. You did not necessarily gain his favor, though you did gain some interesting information about the Witchlight Carnival and exotic animals from the land of Chult. In terms of the Witchlight Carnival, it's a traveling circus that passes between the Feywild and the material plane. You heard of a request from Alistair. One of his friends is asking for you to take down a coven of hags terrorizing the lands of the Feywild. Helping this friend resolve this issue will in turn gain Alistair's favor, but the task is much easier said than done considering the hags supposedly have a Tarask at their disposal, an enormous kaiju of indestructible means, supposedly as the tales go. And in terms of the last thing that I didn't have listed here, you did purchase some cats for each of your different domiciles. But after all this in Waterdeep, it was finally on to Yartar and the siege that the town finds itself under at this time. You briefly ran into Irina, who was both thrilled to see you and seemed to be doing well for herself running her own platoon. She was part of Prestige Sword Coast, the mercenaries' headquarters that you find yourselves in at this very moment, but as well as when you received your instructions and told the folk of the upcoming army. It was here that you spoke to Victor Trahan, Water Baron in Yartar and leader of the mercenary group, and the Council of Yartar at large. Amongst them was a man named Erwin Silverveins, who seemed to cast a funny eye across you all. The Council asked you to provide reconnaissance and targeted strikes, but left the targets and the hits up to yourselves. You ended up initiating strikes to the north and south, on the camps of the Wyvern Corps in the north, and the boats and siege engines of the goblins in the south. You did so successfully, most of the time without being seen and without really engaging in combat. To the south, an enormous explosion was your resounding success. The series of successful strikes should hopefully relieve some of the pressure that the town of Yartar is experiencing. But what awaits you next, as dusk falls across the besieged town? It is the same day. If you would like, you can have taken a short rest, but nothing more. And therefore I bring you the question, what would you like to do before meeting again with the council?
I guess we should have a group, like a pre-meeting. Like, how'd your mission go? How'd you guys' mission go?
Ours was
Yeah,
a
it was
resounding
pretty dope.
success.
Resound nice.
Yeah, we blew up the quarry, so they have no more ammo for their catapults. And then we messed up some of their boats.
Okay.
Yeah, once
Nice.
once they're out of ammo, that's it for them.
Well, I think them throwing rocks at the walls part of the siege is probably over anyway. Cause
Oh well, it's over. We're telling you, it's over.
okay.
How'd you guys do? Oh, what else? What else did we do?
Yeah, we took out a lot of the boats.
Yeah,
I
the boat.
little
managed to
sabotage action.
I managed to wreck like one. They had three groups of like longboats. It looked like I managed to wreck most of one of the groups. They wised up by the time I got to the second group. How'd you do in your group, Vincent?
I think I lit a bunch on fire. Burned a bunch of them. So yeah, we did good.
As you were standing here in, I assume it's one of the town squares of the city, or a quiet alleyway, or wherever you can be out of the way having this discussion that you plan to meet back up, you do hear an alarm, one that is similar to the siege alarms from beforehand, when you know that rocks would strike down across the city as the trebuchets bombarded it. And overhead, you do see another piece of ammunition flying from one of the trebuchets from the south that you did not destroy. You did get a decent amount of them, but you didn't get all of them. And as it flies overhead, it has a horrific sort of green light to it. And you sort of see that it strikes somewhere north of you. You can hear it crashing somewhere up to the north. You don't see the specific destruction and wreckage, but you hear the alarms and you see this rock glowing, not like almost like radioactive green as it goes over your heads.
Can we do like an Arcana check or something to see if we recognize any like magical energy or necrotic damage energy or whatever coming off of it?
It's the same barrels that we acquired for ourselves.
Yeah, you can totally roll a check for that.
Oof. 17.
Definitely magical. If you had to guess, some sort of evocation or necromantic type energy coming off of it. You're a little unsure which. You've not seen the results of it at this time, and therefore you just don't know.
Okay, we should probably go check that out. That looked dangerous. If it was like necromantic energy, what if they're like summoning a horde of zombies or skeletons or something to like fuck with us from inside the city?
I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it
want
might be
that.
a thing.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys travel to the north towards the site of destruction?
I guess what have they done anything as far as like we never asked them if they did anything as far as like getting the civilian population somewhere safe, or are they a church, or should I forget what they either
You've not asked. Really.
yeah. Well, we don't know, so we should check to see if like people are getting hurt anyway, because we're good guys.
Yeah, that's very out of character, Axel.
Eh, you know.
But I think we know that they evacuated like all the buildings outside the walls.
Yeah.
So my guess is that they're all like inside the walls, hopefully in central locations.
You can make a perception check if you would like. Because you have moved in and about the city on some level. Okay. That's actually pretty good, Sir Venom, I would say. You've definitely seen overcrowding in some of the homes as you've traveled around the city, whether by flight or walking around. You do know that you believe, at least, that some level of the homes in this section on the south side are actually probably still populated, and these like little outlying islands. The north side, and this is based on Riku and Axel's information, none of this is populated up here in the north. And you highly doubt anything is populated outside of the gates to the east from what you've seen. But that said, there's a lot of people not really sleeping on the streets. It looks like they're trying to keep people in buildings for the most part. And you can even see guards like handing out bread from house to house to house to ensure that folks have food. And they write a number on the door to tell them how many heads are in each building. That way they know how many people to pull out when there is a bombardment in case the building is hit. But it also helps with keeping the folks in that building fed. You see that on a few buildings that have been hit by rocks previously, they've crossed off numbers, and depending on the damage of the building, if the building is still mostly standing and maybe just one room was destroyed, sometimes they've crossed off a number and taken off one or two folk of a building and reduced the head count. This is a city under siege. Food is rationed. The body count is piling up. Buildings are being destroyed.
Like London during the Blitz.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because we all remember that.
yeah, I was there.
It's in the Raven Queen's memory banks.
Yep. Yeah, I watched a movie on it back in the Raven Queen's court.
What are you guys doing?
If we like walked to where we think that giant green boulder hit, would I be able to cast a ritual like while we're going?
What is the ritual?
The telepathic bond.
Probably not. We could say that in the midst of reconvening together, you could put it up if you so wanted. So you can have it up now for an hour.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like I'd be trying to keep that up as much as possible during all this. So
Gotcha.
whenever I have like 10 minutes of downtime, I would just like cast the ritual again and refresh that hour.
Sure. I'll say that you have it up for the next hour. But you'd like to walk to the north? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, maybe those of us that can fly. I think because Riku has his broom, and has it been 12 hours since Vincent activated the fly?
It has not. It's only been about 2 hours at most, I would say.
Okay. So maybe we kind of like spread out a little bit since we're telepathically bonded, like head in the direction of where that thing hit and just kind of get the lay of the city and see if like any other craziness is going on anywhere.
Okay. You fly over the city. It is cordoned into roughly, I want to say like 6 different sections so far as you can tell, maybe 7, and they're odd. They each have their own distinctive flair. You can see that one of them is probably the bureaucratic center of the town. This would be this light green section here. You see the Water Barons Hall, where you met with Victor Trahan and the Council of Yartar. You see the docks and the shipbuilders area down to the south. You see what appears to be probably the nobles' estates in this section to the south. You are in the merchants' quarters. It's very clearly filled with shops and different buildings with items for sale. To the north would be what appears to be a enormous fountain of Tyr in the center, surrounded by different temples. See clearly some sort of temple quarter. There's an artisan quarter to the north in the dark purple here. It looks like that's where some of the finer items with the imports that they bring in are built and made, including weapons, smiths, and that sort of thing. And then there's the populous slums over on the right, filled with lots and lots of large tenements. As you pass to the north into the temple quarter, towards where the ammunition shot overhead, glowing green, you very quickly come to see the remains of a small wooden temple blasted to bits. There's a crowd of some set of guards, about 15 to 20 guards in this area, all surrounding the building, poking through the wreckage with what appears to be spears. As you approach and you see this, you see one of them yell, "Oh, I got one!" And you can see him shove his spear as he grabs a hand. So he like grabs a hand up out of the wreckage and he shoves his spear through the head of a body as he does so. All good, taken care of. How many were on the door, Josephine? He calls out to what appears to be the corporal of the guards. There was only 7. Excellent. I think that was all of them. And they notice you approaching. Can we
What the
help?
hell's going on here?
Like
Oh,
necromantic energy. I knew it. They're turning people into zombies, aren't they?
and the corporal approaches you. Corporal Josephine here. Are you the roosters that the water baron told us about?
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. Good to see you. We saw the fires to the north and south, so whatever you've done has riled them up right. They haven't done this in a few days, but some of the ammunition that they lob our way will sometimes glow green, and if it hits a building, it causes those inside who die to be reborn as undead. And, well, it's an ugly sight at times, but we've spread out all across the town, partially to help folk in need, but also to deal with this nuisance as it arises.
Well, we kind of eat undead for lunch, if you know what I mean.
That's disgusting.
Well, we don't actually eat the undead.
They're
It's,
venom
yeah.
maybe, but the rest of
Yeah.
us, we just kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very proficient at taking the out of the undead.
Ah, that's good to hear. If you do see any homes that get hit by any of these glowing green boulders, put them down. Numbers on the doors, and he explains everything that you've seen in terms of like the numbers on the doors and everything.
Dang. It's pretty grim.
It is.
Intense.
Hopefully they won't be able to keep doing this because we were able to cut off their supply of ammunition for their trebuchets.
Well, that's really good to hear. Then I hope to not see too many more of our townsfolk succumb to this sort of ordeal.
Man, those bastards.
Be the same.
I wonder what they want. We never figured that out. Like, what do they even want?
They want anarchy.
Want us dead.
Dang.
The corporal kind of looks around. The men have asked me the same thing. I don't know what to tell them. We don't know why they're here. At least the Water Baron, if he knows, hasn't told us. But I don't know. When the men are speaking at night, resting, we're all confused by it, frankly. He's sort of talking to you quietly, a little bit away from the men at this point.
Yeah. I can tell you one thing. They fucked up.
Mess
make
with
pers-
the wrong.
Make a persuasion check. Or an intimidation check, actually, up to you.
I guess I'll do intimidation. Yeah.
As you guys sort of say this, you're sort of like standing there looking rather extravagant amongst yourselves with the varying sets of magic items and pieces of adventuring gear that you have obtained during your time. For yourself, Axel, I believe it would be
Riku tends to make himself look almost naked besides like his fancy loot and like some sort of weird sword on his hilt.
almost naked.
Yeah. What? Explain yourself.
I just mean like I just wear like fine clothes. I don't present like
Oh,
I don't
okay.
show off my gear. I try to hide it.
Yeah.
He just like 'cause he
Gotcha.
just leaves his balls hanging out when he's walking
Yeah.
around.
This poor
Well,
phrasing.
that's part of Riku's whole aesthetic is that like he tries not to show off like the rest of everybody because like
Gotcha.
he can hide it. He's like has the option with his
Oh,
gear.
so you're like a sleeper.
Yes.
It's funny because you actually, I don't want to say you pale in comparison to the rest, but Axel, you've got the troll hide cloak, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Vincent, you have your bow, and Sir Venom, you are in extravagant, incredibly ornate, beautiful, magnificent armor.
With a staff of power strapped across my back.
Right, you
And
guys,
a pistol slung across my waist.
you guys
guys
stand out in like the best of places.
A little drippy.
Yeah. So Riku, you actually stand out for not being so drippy, even though like you definitely are. They just don't know it.
It's just once my helmet and my sword are revealed, like for what it truly is. That's when it's like, oh, hold on a sec.
But
Gotcha.
otherwise,
Typically
you're
I
like
hide it.
you're the lamest looking. That's canon now.
But no, it's intended though. He wants to look not menacing. He wants to look average.
Yeah. And
He grew up rich, so he tries to look like lesser.
And I would say you're succeeding at it at this point in time. What I would also say, though, is as Axel, as you say this in front of the men, you can definitely see some of them, they sort of grab higher up on their spears, straighten their backs. Your words stiffen their spine a little bit, and they go, "We're glad to have you here, roosters." Corporal turns to you once more. Where are you headed now? What's the plan?
We're going into the vanguard as usual. Riku says, just like puts his hands on hips.
Yeah. We're gonna go report. We gotta report to the big guy.
Ah, the Water Baron. Send him my regards. Tell him that we dealt with the Temple of Saloon.
Roger that.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Saloon that slut up to no good again.
All right. Do you guys head to the Water Baron's Hall, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
think we should speak to the Water Baron.
Yeah, we need step 2 of the quest.
Okay. It's a quick jaunt over to the Water Baron's hall, and I will actually bring us back. Swap the scene over.
Also, while we're heading back there, I'd want to mention to the boys that like while we were flying over, we saw those those magical shops and fancy weapon shops. Maybe if we have time, we stop by and convince them to donate some of their goods for the safety of the city.
Are you talking about pressing the locals
I
in
don't
their
know.
time of need and desperation,
surely-
Sir
No,
Venom?
just having the community come together to
I think
take out the bad guys.
I think they'll take
Sure,
care of us after this is over.
Surely there's no
They're gonna
Then we
sort of blackmail or coercion
lose our-
happening.
lose our bargaining advantage if we wait till after we save the city.
they're gonna repay us by joining our side in our quest of restructuring the Sword
I
Coast.
thought we're the good guys, Riku says.
You make your way back into Prestige Sword Coast. There are far fewer faces as you enter. You pass by them without issue. Several of them look exhausted. And you get the sense that there's been a turning over in the guard, and that they are reapportioning, individuals from the mercenary company across groups in the city, across the defenses, trying to keep everyone fresh. You are quickly waved into the Water Baron's chamber, council chambers, where, in this instance, it's only Victor Trahan and Erwin Silverveins.
They're gonna say it's just like a sweaty basement.
Just sweaty basement, and he's just like wrestling with someone.
Join us.
I'd like telepathically to Vincent, and like I guess including the other two. I'd be like, "Is that silver guy? That's the guy that you were talking about that you thought was sketchy?"
Oh, I know he's sketchy.
Riku just like formally, gestures. Water Baron, hail. How goes is the battle lost? Hopefully not yet. Riku
No.
smiles.
No, not lost yet. Not lost yet. Tell us, what did you accomplish? What have you seen?
Well, we've slowed them down a little bit. We've gone after their artillery a bit, and what else did we attack? Their was it the where the animals reside? Is that something else we attacked?
the Wyvern
There.
camp or whatever.
Yeah,
Their amphibious capabilities.
boats.
Yes.
We attacked their boats.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
little boats.
wonderful.
Where have
yeah,
you been?
I'm
I
just
told you, but
I'm just making sure.
And the Water Baron sort of looks at you. Did you take out all of their boats? And I know you didn't take out all of their siege engines. I've heard the alarms. But how much damage do you believe you did?
Oh, a fair amount. At
I'd say-
least something to at least tilt the tides of war in our favor, at least a bit. Riku says.
Excellent. That's so good to hear. I can't thank you enough, Roosters. And do you need anything? Are you well rested?
I mean, we could use a little bit more rest, but that's we're just busy people, so that's how it is. The only thing we could use is a little bit, Riku just kind of rubs his two fingers together.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Reward. He sort of looks at Erwin Silverveins. I don't have anything at the moment, although have you spoken with the Lord's Alliance? I suspect that they will give you whatever they need. We will give you whatever
Yes.
you need.
Riku just like puts his hand up, like like enough. He's like, "Hey, as long as you remember us at the end of all this, that's good enough for us, is it not, fellas?" Riku just like gestures to the boys.
Sort of like, forgive our friend here. He's he forgot that we're supposed to be the good guys.
Yeah.
We're just here to help.
Erwin Silvervein sort of begins pacing a bit, and he puts his hands down on the table, looking at you all. We have to live first, you damn mercenary fools.
Oh, what? Who are
Well,
you?
sometimes living comes at a price, Riku says. But
Telepathically,
I'll just
Sir Venom
make
be
sure
like, wait,
that
weren't you just giving me shit? ever wanted to do the same exact thing?
Riku's like, I'm glad to pay the price for all of everyone here. Riku gestures to his comrades, but he's like, for all of you, it costs a little bit extra. But that's something we'll settle later, from what I'm hearing. Isn't that right? Riku just like gestures to the water baron as he's like making his way out.
Victor sort of goes over and puts his hand on Erwin Silvervein's shoulder. It's okay. They're mercenaries like us. They get it. Everything comes with a price. Look, you will be paid and compensated so long as we all live. Save the town, and we'll talk.
And I'll see to it. Riku just like gives him a nod as we all like exit.
Wait, hold
What?
up.
Yeah, calm down there, Riku. We're not
Oh, we're
we're
not
not
just
gonna
gonna do the.
we're not just gonna extort them and then leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm about to demote you, Riku. You're on thin ice, bud.
Yeah.
I assume you guys are saying this all in your minds as they're like glancing at you, like watching you look back and forth at each
Yeah.
other.
You're being a little bit too much of a wild card right now.
Okay. So what's next? What's next in the process here?
Well, we don't really know. I mean, we're thrilled that you've hit their sections of their encampments in the way that you did to the north and south. Any reduction in their capabilities and capacity is an important victory for us, though I suspect it will be temporary. And frankly, we need to wait until probably the military from Waterdeep arrives. You said there's several thousand men approaching within the next day or two?
Yeah. Yeah, we should maybe coordinate an attack when they
They're
arrive.
griffins.
So like they get hit from the outside, they get hit from the inside.
Little pincer movement action.
Yeah.
Silverveins looks at Victor Trahan. That's a pretty damn good idea, to be honest. You were thinking of doing the same with the shields, but before we got trapped in the city. And Trahan sort of goes, "It is. Should I pull up the map and we can discuss it?"
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go over the fortifications, and I'd like minor illusion up a 3D model of the city.
So you actually take the map that I'm showing you right here because it's all marked up and they've got like figures on it to push around. Like we can push these around
Oh,
if you want.
like on the table in Skyrim.
Exactly. And you like lift it up basically with your minor illusion so that it's more of a three-dimensional map to show the fortifications in like the areas that have walls and this is like higher ground than a lot of the city, for instance.
I add some illusion fire to the north and the south.
And you also end up adding some illusion fire to the shipyards to the south, which are still technically burning.
So
They're just smoldering though for the most part.
the army is coming from the Tribor Trail. Is that right?
That's correct. And he points out different sections where the large swaths of the army are camped, basically.
So I think they're going to be dealing with that. And then I feel like the biggest issue we're going to have is that they have those wyverns or whatever, like these big like dragon-like creatures, right?
Yeah.
And I think those are going to be probably our top priority when shit starts.
And he points to two separate circles that he has on the board, basically like checkers almost, that he's using to represent the Wyvern Corps. Our understanding is that they seem to one of these troops will move north to south along the eastern side here, and the other will move east to west along the northern side. They use them as patrol units. Their eyes in the sky.
Do we know how many Griffin Riders they're sending?
Make a history check.
I think from what I'm hearing, essentially, if we focus everything on this one spot, we should come out with a W. But that's given that we don't get any interference from whatever's happening over here with the wyverns.
You don't remember how many griffins are supposedly on their way. You don't think it's more than like 50, but it could be far fewer.
If we had a way, like if we knew one of the Griffin Riders that was like, or if we know who was in charge of the Griffin Riders, we could use sending to like contact them and try to like coordinate with them where they could try to like intercept the Wyvern Riders.
Hey, Riku, do you remember that humanoid guy with the mask that looked out of place. That was riding one of these guys.
Say that again.
When we were doing our thing, there was a guy riding one of the wyverns that had like a mask and it was like a humanoid. He had one arm. He
Where
had
there
like
was
half like missing. Like
where
half
there
an
was a
arm.
bunch of goblins, but then there was a human amongst them. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I feel like because when we're in battle, we want to go
The one
for
that seemed like the leader is what you're saying.
yeah. We take out the leader, and then everybody else just kind of gets
True.
fucked up. So I don't know if he's the leader, but he looked out of place and all that. So
Well, I mean, amongst a bunch of goblins, he must be the leader.
yeah, so I feel like finding if we see that guy about, we should like go for him.
Focus.
Yeah.
Not bad strategy.
Hey,
I would
what do we
agree.
think? What do
And
we
we
think
have
the chances
the
are that guy is actually Kaz?
barrels of fire, right? That
Well,
they're bringing.
So from a strategic standpoint, if these patrols aren't changed, like if they just continue to do their thing and just like do the regular patrols, then we're okay.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing that will tilt this fight, because how many troops do we ponder are in this encampment here total?
Oh, we estimate there's at least 5,000 goblins in total, so maybe anywhere from 4 to 6,000 over there. Could be as many as how many did you see to the south? And he sort of looks across you.
It was at least at like a few thousand. I think we saw.
I think you estimated at least 1,000 in and around the boats and siege engines and stuff to the south.
Yeah.
And if they estimate that there's between 4,000 and 6,000 over on the western side, you couldn't tell necessarily on the northern side how many they might have. You found one of their camps and burned it, but might not be all their camps, so on and so forth. Could be up to like 7,000 or 8,000 goblins around.
But the ones to the south are, since their boats are fucked up, they're gonna have a tough time getting over the
we
water.
took away their boats, we took away their siege, and then all they have left is air. And then
we didn't take away all their boats.
Gotcha. That's what I was going to ask for a history check for that, but
yeah, we know we took away. I'd say maybe a third to half of their boats.
You got any water tricks, Sir Venom? Like stuff like if they do try to boat over, you could just like capsize.
Maybe like send a tidal wave their way.
Yeah.
I can do exactly that.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
But I'd only be able to do it once maybe twice more, unless I can catch some Z's before they attack.
So, as far as them actually getting to the city, actually no. Yeah, I'm just thinking. What do you think, Vincent? Like, if you were to shoot your bow at people, like, what spot would you do it from? Would you be flying around? Would you transform and shoot your bow, or?
No, I can't transform. I would have to either fly around on the bug or just post up on a tower or something.
Yeah.
I feel like the fly is your best bet, and then you can use your wings after that.
What kind of HP does the fly have though? Does it have any HP, or is it just like get hit and then?
I think it has decent amount, to be honest. But you guys,
I think it's low.
Yeah.
Like 10 or something. I don't know.
really?
I just don't want him to be flying in on that thing and then that get killed and then he just free falls into the water and.
Oh, it could happen. I'm a
It
turtle
could
though. I'll be
happen.
all right.
Ooh, you are a turtle.
I'm not worried about the water.
Okay.
Turtle Water,
Just
thumbs up.
only fly over the water, I guess.
Alright, I can transform into the raven and fly away if
Yeah.
I need to.
Okay.
He starts falling, transforms into Raven.
I feel like what's gonna happen? What does the who's ever shown us the map have any suggestions? You know, because I'm thinking we go after. I want to go after the flying guy. I got his bottle of flying. I want to pop it, and do potions stack? Like, can I stack potion of speed with potion of flying?
I think so.
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah. Because I feel like
That's pretty OP if you do that.
well, yeah. There's like 30 of these things. I feel like, you know.
What do you mean 30?
We counted like 30 of them. I think that was what we were told last time. There were
Yeah,
like
I
30.
think he said they think there's what, like between 30 and 50.
Yeah, the flying
30 and 50 what?
the flying guys, the flying dragon things.
So
They're talking about the potions. I was like, what?
Oh no.
Roll. Ooh.
I don't like how this is going.
Roll a history check, and I'm going to say that you're able to roll a history check on this, Axel, because of your veteran or your bounty hunting background in particular.
You might like give yourself a heart attack if you do this.
Okay.
You don't remember any specific stories from other bounty hunters or the taverns in Waterdeep growing up during your time working, and you don't think you've seen anyone do this, so you're not sure.
Okay. All right. So the potion does have on the label. It doesn't say do not.
Do not mix with
Fine.
other potions.
There
Not
is
operate heavy machinery. Do not combine.
there is no potion agency basically,
Oh, no
So-
FDA
Well, I'm sure-
for potions.
right?
We can find like an alchemist or something in town, and we can ask them. I'm sure they would know.
I would pay for
Mm.
someone to tell me. You know.
You would pay, huh? I mean, we do have a lot of money.
Yeah, why do you say it like that? I'm not gonna give like 100 gold. I mean, like 5 gold for someone to tell me. Like, jeez,
As long as you're paying with money, not with the flesh.
the fuck. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So it sounds like I think seems like we have a vague idea of what we're gonna be doing. This group really doesn't go with concrete plans, so
We're the roosters.
the
We bring it.
plan at the moment is to wait for our friends to show up from here. Then they all fight. And then while they're fighting, we try to fight these guys. And then Sir Venom's gonna, when these guys try to boat over, Sir Venom's gonna do his thing. And then because we want to take out their eyes, because this is their eyes in the sky. We want to take those out so that when our flying guys come in, then they can do stuff.
We can have that air superiority.
Yeah.
You see Victor
Hold on.
Trahan nodding.
What's left over here?
Well, I don't know. And he sort of looks back at Vincent and Sir Venom. How much do they have left down there?
How much do we have our boat coming up?
You do. Your boat is coming up the river from the south with the army.
Yeah, they have like just a few boats. Maybe like 2 or 3 of the groups of them. We destroyed 2 or 3
Yeah.
groups of them.
Maybe we scoop up what's left over there, regroup with whatever fleet is coming with boats, and then go from there. Attack as a unit.
Vincent wants to be at the shield tower and wants to be there when we think this is where we should drop the fire bombs. And
Yeah,
then,
on the
I'll shoot and
biggest
I'll
group.
shoot and then I'll shoot down and clean up.
I'm saying if our ships, like our fleet is coming, why not go take this and secure what's left, and then combine them with whatever fleet shows up, and then take that to wherever our next attack is.
Just to clarify something, Vincent and Sir Venom destroyed something like 10 or 15 of their boats, but that was one of several, at least 2 or 3 different like outcroppings of boats. So you would have to probably go, figure out how to destroy another 2 or 3 sets of those boats if that's something you would like to do. So they definitely have like a lot of boats still.
And like at least 1,000 goblins down there too.
Right. Victor Trahan leans forward over the map and he says, "We could always use you in reserve for now and deploy you to places of pressure. If the lines look like they're buckling, if the troops need a morale boost, we can send you into the fray."
Well, Sir Venom would pipe up. He thinks he would serve best like down south where like the boats might be coming from, just because he has like I've got magic that can manipulate the water. I can breathe underwater and fly, so I can be pretty mobile down there.
Not a bad idea.
We might be able to take out a good number of the boats before they even get to the city.
I could station you down at the water gate here.
So if we put shit. So Sir Venom's down here. Vincent's over here. Then what is Riku? What are you gonna do, Riku? Riku, I got a great job for you. You're gonna be emotional support. When people are down in the dumps, you can get them, you can be the positive guy who's like, hey, the fighting's not done, boys, and then you can get the people fighting. Rabble rouse,
You could
It's
be
not.
Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
I think it's over. It's not really over.
Yeah.
That's when it's just
So
begun.
you're what he's talking about as far as what was it? The support kind of reserve. That's gonna be you. You're gonna be like, oh, where do you guys need me? You need me over here? I'm over here. Where do you need me over here? I'm over here. Like be zipping
Plus,
around.
Riku's the one who has all like the teleporting.
Teleporting, he
I'm
can
fast.
has his boots, and he can fly on his broom. So I feel like, and then
Mobile.
I'm just gonna be up in the sky fighting dragons.
Ripping goblins off of dragons and
Pretty
throwing
much,
them at other
yeah.
dragons.
Fighting dragons?
Well, that's what they are. Wyverns are just like dragon-looking things.
Oh yeah.
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 So yeah, I think that's.
And I can Sir Venom can come, join the air brigade once like the boats are
Yeah.
mostly taken care of.
Yeah. So what do you think, Victor? You think this is
I'm open to it. If you are all okay to split up, then that's not a problem for us. More than happy to have you in those spots.
Yeah. Do you maybe have any men that you could send with? Like, do you have any Marines trained in aquatic adventures?
Generally speaking, most of the Prestige Sword Coast mercenaries are trained in both ship-to-ship combat as well as typical land combat. They are helping hold those walls on the south, although they're rather spread across the city. Primarily, we have them in 2 spots: southern walls, northern walls. The shield tower guard maintain the shield tower over on the western side, and then the rest of the militia is all about.
Yeah. So that way at least we'll have me and Vincent will like have some other guys around us for backup.
Indeed.
But what's do you have like ballista or anything like those giant like stationary crossbow type things that you can use against the wyverns?
We do. We have ballista stationed at the walls on the eastern side, in the shield tower on the southern side here, in particular, and maybe a little bit over here and here.
Okay. That could probably help taking down some of them. If Axel and the Griffins can like funnel them towards where those ballista are set up.
You sort of look around and realize that the sun has now fully set as you've been having this conversation. Darkness is rapidly falling across the city. Oh, gosh, this is always when the real terror for the townsfolk begins, he says, and then as he says that, you hear another alarm. Oh, damn siege engines. I'm glad you were able to take out some. It does feel like they've slowed down somewhat. That can only help us. But you can hear as, there's a large crash somewhere else in the city. Well, should we get to our posts, or do you plan on bedding down for the evening?
Bedding down if possible, just so I'd have more of my divine magical energy available.
Understood. You can take a rest here in the in Prestige Sword Coast if you so wish. And I'll switch
Okay.
back so you guys can see.
And then of course just, wake me up and come get me if we're under attack.
Indeed. We'll vacate the council chambers. And he sort of nudges Erwin Silverveins. You're welcome to any of the beds. And he points across the room, and this room has been like, there's been like a cots basically in this room all over the place for folks to sleep in, because it looks like they probably have a lot more folks around than they normally do, and that they would normally need to maintain. Silverfang goes, sure thing. And they go, well, we'll take our leave.
Yeah, before you guys leave, do you know like of an accomplished alchemist or herbalist in town we might be able to get in touch with?
And they sort of look at each other. No, we can try to rustle someone up for you if you need.
Yeah, if you could find someone who's knowledgeable in potion craft.
Okay, we'll send them your way then.
Perfect.
They begin to take their leave. Victor walks out. Erwin, just as he's about to walk out, looks back, gives a bit of a smile in Vincent's direction, then walks out the door, closing the door behind him.
Yo, Vincent, what's the deal with you and that guy? That was a creepy smile. Do you know him from somewhere? Did you meet him before this?
I know him. A lifetime
no,
ago.
know him how?
Yeah, do you
We've,
care to elaborate?
we've crossed paths in the past
That's-
on previous jobs.
Which paths?
Before all this, before our gang. Back when I was a young whippersnapper, up and comer.
That has added no new information.
Yeah,
Like,
just know.
did you guys get in a fight? Like, is he out to get you? Like, did he steal from you?
We were on a job together, and yeah, he double crossed me, left me with nothing. I had to
You good or
rebuild.
bad?
Yeah. I don't trust. I don't trust him.
So it's bad.
Bad man.
All right, that's
Yeah,
all we
well-
need to know.
We'll find out where he lives, and before this is all done, we'll rob him.
We'll avenge you. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
All right, say less.
I want Vincent's inner instincts to take over.
Oof. Whatever that means. Yeah, let's do it.
It's turtle instincts.
No, not Vincent's. I'm sorry. I meant Axel.
Axel. You want Axel to kill someone?
Want Axel to assassinate him.
Oh.
right.
Okay.
You got gold, don't you?
Get it? Well, no, I just
Uh,
want
I mean,
him.
this
No.
a group hit. I feel
Yeah.
like doesn't need gold.
Just his internal urge and his internal voices to take over.
Look,
Just,
I mean, I just want it
Axel.
on the record. For the record, it seems like Vincent's encouraging Axel, and
In fact, he is. And Axel, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw,
Du
please.
Moida.
wisdom save.
Yep.
Oh, I failed it. Right?
Does his,
Winky face.
does his inner assassin hear outside influence?
You have heard, the assassin has heard this in outside influence. He has failed it, but in this instance, it doesn't mean anything occurs, except for Axel. You do hear the voice saying, "Oh, is this your first official request to assassinate someone? Are you gonna do it? What do you think? We should do it, shouldn't we? Come on, let's kill him."
Yeah. I feel like Hey, look, Vincent. I don't think we should have this conversation here in this room like this. We don't know. But yeah, maybe we could do something.
I'm just saying, if
Across
hold
the
back.
telepathic bond,
Oh, okay.
you all hear the assassin's voice all of a sudden.
Oh,
So,
no.
I get to kill someone? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. I'm gonna
Who's
fucking
killing
do it.
who?
Oh,
shit.
who's this?
Look,
Whoa.
it'd be a shame.
Who's in our group chat?
It would be a shame if, in all the chaos of the siege, if something happened. That's what well, let me sleep on
Jesus,
it.
Casualties of war happen.
Let me
I
sleep
just
on
said
it.
we should rob him.
That's not what I heard.
Look, this is a very bad man that probably touched Vincent, and he didn't like it. So now
Oh,
he
no.
thinks he's a bad man.
We don't like bad men.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up.
I didn't say any of that.
Not canon.
Force lore. Okay. Yeah.
If you guys would like, you can take a short rest, and this would be that time to take that short rest. But as you are in this room relaxing, you do hear alarms blare after about an hour and a half. And Victor Trahan runs in saying, I think you riled up the Wyvern Corps far worse than we realized. They're attacking. They're attacking the central part of the city. They slipped past the ballistas. Can I get yours help?
Fuckers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to
Look,
go take
has it begun? Can we say it has begun?
It has begun.
It has begun.
Riku takes out broom. Ready
All
sword.
right. And he directs you to the section of the city where they're supposedly attacking. Are you guys okay if I swap the map over?
Swap
Yeah,
away.
is this gonna be
yeah.
like an Omega battle map? Or
Oh,
just-
yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
As you are directed to a different section of the city, you come out into a square, looking out across what appears to be a blaze of buildings that have been set alight, with several different wyverns and multiple riders flying through the air. As you see them flying, swooping, and dropping torches on buildings, you see people fleeing, sometimes being grabbed by wyverns and then dropped from the air. The assault on this section of the city is terrifying for the populace. There are no militia in sight, as it appears that they had been drawn back. On some level, they're useless in this fight. They can't fly. The crossbows and arrows they have are not to be wasted on targets they know they won't be able to hit. And so they were pulled back into the western side of the city here as you walked into this space. And as you enter this space, I will ask everyone in just a moment. Give me a moment as I pull up the encounter. I'll ask you to roll initiative in just a minute.
No moments given.
All right, let's see. How many actual wyverns do I have on this map? 1, 2, 3, 4.
25.
All right, I've got 10 wyverns. Sweet.
This is gonna be a lot, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
We're fighting a war, fellas.
So
Just keep that in mind.
is this the beginning of the big thing, or is this just like a battle in the war? Because that's
You don't know? You
Yeah.
just know
Within
that the
our
wyverns are.
Just the answer is yes.
Yeah. Was
Sorry about that.
yeah. I was just thinking, do I drink because the flying potion is gonna last an hour. So
You guys are good to roll initiative whenever you're ready.
Let's roll.
Fuck.
Let's roll, baby.
All right, we got 10 for Sir Venom, 9 for Axel, 15 for Riku, and let's see what we got.
Incoming.
16 for Vincent. All right.
Any boy.
As you look around, you see one wyvern notice you before all the others, circling overhead. It is the one-armed masked man
Oh.
flying about, and he gives a
That
battle horn cry.
fucker. Son of a bitch.
And he yells a word. Does anybody speak Goblin?
I mean, I think
Someone speaks
I
every
speak-
language.
Yeah, I speak
Yes.
everything.
Wait, do you automatically understand every language?
While
Or do you
wearing
have
the
to
tome,
activate?
you can cast comprehend languages from it.
Okay, so you'll hear a word, but you won't understand it this time because you've not cast comprehend languages, I would say. He yells a word that you hear as Futural Din. And he yells it like as loudly as possible, and all of the other goblins reply, Futural Din. And I'll give you this what that looks like spelling wise. Futural Din. And he will begin his turn by flying. Let's see. How much distance can he go?
it's yelling slurs right away.
Let's see. 80 fly. Wow, these guys can move far. He will move to here. And they are all flying at this point. But that'll be his turn. And that brings us in turn order to Vincent. What would you like to do?
Ooh. Think I'm gonna try to shoot at him right away if I can.
Okay.
Just to set the tone.
Gotcha.
How high up do we reckon these guys are?
They're all somewhere between like 40 and 60 feet up.
Alright, we're gonna snipe shot this guy, so
I wish I could fly as fast as I could run.
that's probably gonna miss. Yeah, 13.
13 is a miss.
Wait, where are we? I'm looking at the map now.
On the
You are on
ground.
the western side on the ground here.
Oh, okay. And where was the main guy that I was shooting at?
Right up here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to to redirect to one of the wyverns.
Okay. Do they have to be a certain distance away from each other to be able to do that?
Yeah, it's the distance. I'm pretty sure it's just. Yeah, let me look. It's pretty close. How close is the nearest guy to him?
They're all pretty far. That's why I asked that.
All right.
In this instance, they're 20 feet or more. 20 feet.
Yeah, bonus action. Let me look it up. Here, where is it? All defense.
That's kind of vague.
Curving shot. 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can hit B, C, or D.
All right. Just the closer one to me. So
Okay.
the one.
Gotcha. That'll be D.
Yeah. All right. Now back to.
And you're going for the wyvern, correct?
Yeah, the wyvern.
Okay.
I was going for the guy, but now I'm just gonna go for the wyvern. Go
Okay.
with the snipe shot as always,
That's a hit.
unless otherwise stated. So 20 damage.
All right.
And then I guess at this point, I'm just gonna continue to shoot at that same one that I already did damage to.
Okay.
for a second shot. That should hit. And then 22 damage.
All right.
And
And that was
then one
on
more.
B again.
Yeah, that was the same wyvern. I'm gonna try to just kill a wyvern.
Gotcha. That's a hit as well.
And then 25 damage to that one.
All right. Wow. Pretty good. It is bloodied with that last hit.
And I'm just gonna, if I'm on my own, try to get to some cover. I'm not standing out in the open.
Gotcha. All right. And is that your full turn, Vincent?
Yeah, that should do it. That was
Okay.
action, bonus action, movement.
Riku, what would you like to do?
Riku's gonna. One sec. Oh, I need to measure.
All good.
Can I? Is it possible for me to ask the group a question before I do something?
Yes, but I would say that your telepathic bond has now expired.
Okay. Riku's gonna say, "How badly do we want to stop this guy?" And he points to the
Want
masked
to know
man.
who is he?
But Riku's asking, "How badly do we want to know who he is?"
Pretty badly.
Yeah.
All right. Riku shrugs.
Get him, Riku, if you can.
It sounds like you have something shifty planned to get this guy's identity, and I'm all
I
here
mean,
for it.
we're at war. They're attacking our city that we're defending.
Riku's going
This is
to
pretty
point
dire.
at the man and cast Force Cage.
Whoa. All right. Now that's a spell. Let me check.
What does he do?
I think I only have 2 charges of this. We determined from our
Ever?
shopping trip. Well, for right now, because
Oh.
of after our shopping trip.
Yeah.
I
Well, this guy
only
is
have 2 charges on
important
me.
because he's definitely
He's the leader of them in
of
some
the yeah.
regard.
So he knows who's
Well,
like.
that's why I asked if he's in. How badly do we
He
want
is
to?
important.
That's why I asked.
I've actually got a force cage here that I'm going to throw onto him.
But you have to roll. Did you already
Do I?
fail? Yeah.
Is there a roll for this?
There's a roll.
What is the spell? Yeah, tell us. Yeah, tell us.
I'll tell you in 1 sec.
Okay.
So you have to roll a charisma check, and you have to beat an 18. And basically, he's captured in like an invisible cage if he fails.
I think it succeeds automatically, and if he tries to teleport out of it, that's when I do the charisma saving throw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it automatically succeeds.
I didn't think Force Cage had a roll either.
It does if he tries to leave it through magical means.
Oh, I didn't know it was automatic. I thought that you had to roll it.
Nope.
Okay.
It's automatic.
All right then.
All right.
Well,
So
we'll do that then. That's my highest level spell, FYI.
Is that within 100 feet of you, Riku?
Yeah, that's why I measured. It's within 70.
Hot. Diggity dog. Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's big enough to get the animal as well.
It is. It is big enough to get both him and the wyvern. I'm just trying to understand an immobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison compose a magical force springs into existence around an area you choose within range. So here's the crazy part of this. He's flying. He and the wyvern are up in the air, and as you cast Force Cage, it materializes first as a single set of like lines, like pale green lines, just in the middle of the air around him and the wyvern, and then suddenly it locks into place, sort of like rotate tilting into place from lines into bars, and you see the bars of the cage materialize in midair, and the wyvern shrieks and looks around and goes, "What the?" You can see that he's like looking around confused. He and the wyvern are now trapped. In fact, the wyvern gingerly touches down from hovering and lands on the force cage. Does not hurt it. They are stuck within that force cage. Is there
Perfect.
anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Riku just looks at the rest of the team and says, he's like that for an hour. So
Damn,
let's best,
Riku.
So that's
let's
not
best make,
concentration or nothing.
let's
You got
best make good use of it. Let me check that because this is brand new. No,
Yeah.
not concentration.
All right, cool.
And that was one of your you should have about 1,500 gold of ruby dust that needs to be burned on that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I had 2 charges worth of material for that.
Oh.
So I only have 1 charge left.
Okay. Any movement you would like to use?
Let me look at the situation here. Well, so that was 1 spell, so I have bonus action and movement. I think bonus action. I'm going to Bardic. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to Axel, my man, my homie.
Okay.
He's getting the Bardic, and press the button there. And then also I'm gonna jump on my broom, since these guys are flying, right?
Yep.
And how high up is this right here?
How high up is which bit? That building is about 20 feet. Most of the buildings, I would say, are about 2 stories tall, except for this building here is 3 stories tall, so it's going to be about 35 feet up. And then this central building is about 50 feet tall. It's a pretty tall church.
I'd say I kind of just like go above this.
Okay.
And I'd try to be like, I don't know, 10 feet or so. I don't know. Because my movement with the broom, without any sort of funny business here, I believe is 50. Let me just double check. Yeah, the movement with the broom is 50.
Okay.
So I basically go the maximum distance I could with the broom, and then sort of try to position myself above this building in case I were to get knocked off. I could fall onto the building.
Gotcha. Done. All right. Full turn?
Yep, that's it.
The wyverns begin to make their moves. And the first one that's going to make its move is going to fly 160 feet, and it's going to take up its entire turn to do so. You can see that they move very quickly through the air. They are making a beeline
Did I get
for.
an opportunity attack there?
Let me see.
No.
No, not in that instance. They make a beeline for Axel and Sir Venom, but that's going to be their full turn, and they are landing on the ground right in front of the both of you. Let's see. This one is doing the same and moving to here. Let me just turn off snapping. And it will move. Did I turn it on or off? That's odd. Try that again. Oh, I know why. There we go. They will land there, and they will attack you, Axel, with 2 bite attacks. Or sorry, 2 attacks. 1 bite and 1 stinger. So the bite is going to be a 23 to hit. And the stinger is going to be a 23 to hit as well. The bite will end up doing 12 piercing damage. The stinger is going to do 9 piercing damage. And then can you please make a Constitution saving throw? A 22, so that's a save. And it will do half of this as poison damage against you.
Shit.
So it'll be 9 poison damage.
9 poison. Okay. So just trying to think here. So that's no. I'm gonna uncanny dodge the sting attack.
Yeah, 76. God damn.
I have to do math here. So it's 11. Oh no,
How
I'm not.
dare he?
I'm not raging, so it's full. 21 and then 9, so 30. Okay. 30 total.
Okay. And then several of these other wyverns are going to move up into the fray. G and I, they're going to move 160 feet from here and here. So that brings them closer to the fray. That brings us to Sir Venom. What would you like to do?
Oh, what would I like to do? I guess I can't just like take off to the air because I got this guy right here with his 76 opportunity attack.
His bite would be his opportunity attack, not his stinger.
Okay, but still.
I mean, you could, but you'd be risking it.
Yeah, I think I'll just I'll get back to back with Axel, getting the bad boys pose.
Okay.
And let's see. Am I able to make a history check to see if I've like read about wyverns, if there are any like elemental resistances or weaknesses or
I would let you make an Arcana check at disadvantage, just as like a free action, basically, in the lead up to this fight, as you see the wyverns. Go ahead and make that. So
21.
Okay. Pretty good. You don't know if they have any like particular weaknesses. You know that they're supposedly nocturnal creatures and they're known to be incredibly dangerous. You don't know of anyone having tamed them. And the fact that they have this many, it's a pretty impressive feat.
Okay. But I don't know if maybe like, like their hides are resistant to acid or something.
Nope. Nothing like that.
Okay. I think since these guys are right here, I'm going to move around to this side of them.
Okay.
And then I am going to I'm going to cast Sunbeam.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Okay.
going to get my Kamehameha Sir Venom out. And am I able to, position it so that I hit the wyverns and the riders?
You are.
All right, so I blast them in the face with a beam of brilliant light,
Gotcha.
and all 4 of them have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Here's the 2 wyverns first. They will both fail, and then the 2 goblins, they will both fail as well.
Ooh, yeah, with a +1 goblins, they're like almost always going to fail because they got to beat a 19.
Gotcha.
So they take this much 28 radiant damage and are blinded until my next turn. It doesn't say if it's the start or the end of my next turn, though.
Gotcha. 28 points of damage.
Yep.
And all right, and they're blinded. I will toss that on there. The goblins die. So let's start there.
Nice.
Your beam rips through the wyverns and through the goblins, hitting them with, you said it was radiant damage?
Yep.
Yeah, casting this light across them. Axel's able to shield his eyes quickly enough, knowing what's about to come. Those wyverns are, decently hurt from that. But their handlers are dead, and the moment their handlers slump off, they appear simultaneously confused and maybe even more dangerous than before.
Maybe you could grab them and start riding them yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you can talk to
Interesting
animals,
thought,
Axel.
eh?
Hmm.
We just gotta roll high in a persuasion check.
Can't you talk to animals?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try, I guess.
Yeah,
Every
ride
time
one.
a teammate reminds
For
you.
the memes.
That's the only reason I told you is for the V.
I mean, if I could talk to animals, I 100% would be trying to like steal one of these as my own pet.
What I would say is, do you have any movement left, Sir Venom?
I don't want to risk the opportunity attack.
You also have the
And-
Bardic, so you could basically persuade whoever the fuck you want.
And I have no bonus actions, so I am just going to, hold up my glowing hand of bright light and be like, "Let's take these fuckers down."
Gotcha. That does bring us to Axel. What would you like to do?
Well, first, just for safety, we're gonna rage.
Oh, I can give you
So
that.
angry.
Okay. And then for my action, yeah, I get which one stung me?
The one to the south.
Oh, F. Okay.
Yep.
And so is the dead goblin still on there?
The dead goblin has slumped to the ground.
Okay.
They've both sort of fallen off.
We will try to mount F.
All right.
Said that in a very sexually charged manner.
Oh
Can
yeah.
I please get a animal handling check? And what are you
Yeah.
doing? Are you like
I'm
just
your
like
master
I'm
now,
I'm
boy.
like talking to it, trying to communicate as I mount it in a non-sexual manner.
From behind.
Can I? Yeah, go ahead and roll that animal handling check. Let's see what happens.
22.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Doesn't
So
even
you
need the
watched the goblins. You watch how they were controlling the creature. You're like trying to soothsay it, but your inability. You're not actually like talking to it because one, I think you don't have speak with animals inherently up at all times, right? You just have the ability to cast it.
I don't know how that's.
Let's look
Yeah,
at
we'll go with
character.
that, but yeah, I'm not sure how it works because I'm not a big spell guy.
I think you have the ability to cast it at will, but it's not always up.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'll say. So if you want to cast it to try to talk to them, you can do so, but you don't need to in this instance. You do successfully climb up on top of it.
Mm-mm.
I would also ask you to use a deception check as you do this, and you get advantage on it.
Okay.
It just senses your power. It's like I must submit to this
I feel
man.
like I'll bardic it. What is that? A 10?
It's a 10, yeah.
Okay. Come on, 10. I'll roll a 2. Oh my god.
13.
Yeah.
What I will say is that you successfully climb up onto its back. It knows that you are not the goblin, but it doesn't mean that you won't be able to control it. So beforehand, I was going to have like a 50-50 shot for you to control it. The animal handling check gives you a 75% chance to control it. Whereas if you had succeeded on the deception, it would be a 100% chance. So if you want to use it to fly and to move around and not have it like buck you off, you're going to have to roll for it, but you can roll for it. So a 1 through 3 on a D4, you'll be able to do what you'd like.
What am I rolling?
Sounds like you mostly have it.
So
A
what?
D4.
D4. Okay.
All right, good enough. You can move up to, I'm going to say you've moved 5 feet. You can move up to another 75 feet with this creature if you so wish.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. But I don't have any like, because that was my action, that whole sequence, right? So.
Yes, that was, so you've used your bonus action now as you're raging. Your action was to mount it. Actually, I'm pulling up mounted combat right now. Let me just double check. Oh, I hate how they do this. It's like hidden away in the player's handbook in like weird places.
He was just wrestling a creature.
Hey, it attacked me, and I just seduced it.
Yeah, it bit your arm. It was like, latched onto your arm, and you're just like, oh, you think you got me? Well, guess what, bud? I got you. And you just jumped on its back.
Yeah.
Oh, so mounting actually only costs half your speed. So
Ooh.
you still have your action,
Okay.
and
Like my
you
attacks?
have, yep, and you have
Oh,
half, and
fuck.
you have half your speed.
Okay, so do I attack the goblins or do I actually? Yeah. So I mean, if we're oh fuck, how do I?
Oh, let me rip this guy off. Sorry,
Yeah, make it official.
detach. There we go.
Yeah, kicks the dead body off the back of the wyvern.
Boom.
It
Kicks
is
off
official.
Goblin.
And actually, let me attach you.
Yeah.
There we go. Go
All
ahead.
right. Yeah.
That's okay. This is
Oh.
great.
Oh,
Still got this stray, this
he's not
straggler.
attached. That was weird.
I'm a fan of this whole like using, the enemy's weapon against them.
Oh.
You did something, DM. You bound them. Okay, there
It's
you
weird
go.
because when I moved it, it did nothing. When
All
he
right.
moved it, it did something. But
So we're gonna do like yeah, we're gonna attack I. I think that's an I.
okay.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah,
Checks
and
out.
this is all crazy new. So we're just gonna be reckless with it. And Great
Okay.
Weapon Master. Ooh, can I? Okay, so here's another question. Can I? So I obviously have to like keep one hand on the mount, right? I can't just.
You do.
Yeah.
Well,
So
actually, you can, but you'll
Hmm.
have to do two things. You'll have to give me a dexterity check to make sure that you can like not fall off the mount if you take both hands off the reins, and you'll have to give me an animal handling check.
okay, so in that case, I want to be able to keep one hand on.
Okay.
So we're gonna use our dagger.
You're gonna poke
Yeah,
this fool.
we're gonna slice the wyvern as we fly by it with the baleful talon.
Oh, gotcha.
We're gonna do it recklessly.
Are you gonna attack the creature or the goblin?
The creature. I mean, if I kill the creature, then the goblin falls to the, he's fucked.
But if you kill the goblin, then the creature just kind of it's done. It gets paralyzed basically once you do that.
Wait, what'd you
Or-
say?
No, I'm
When
pretty
you
sure
kill the rider, the creature stops acting.
Do we
that
know
It becomes
that?
immobile.
I'm
Yeah.
almost 100% certain that is not correct.
I mean, that's what happens. You killed the rider, and then you just took over
He's
the mount.
Yeah, but the DM already told us that when we killed the goblins, the wyverns looked more dangerous than before.
Oh, okay.
I did say
Well,
that.
yeah.
I did say they both looked confused and potentially more dangerous than before.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they were going to attack us once we killed
I'm
the riders.
attacking the mount.
Okay.
25.
That's a hit.
And they didn't see this coming, so it's a sneaky attack.
Okay. I'll give you that, considering you're now flying on a wyvern towards them.
So with the rage, I think my rage is still only a +2. So 26.
26.
That's the first attack. So I feel like I forgot how to play this goddamn. I feel like everything I'm doing, I'm like, am I forgetting something? All
We
right.
didn't fight last
Last few
session
we haven't
really, and
fought
then
in a while.
there was a 2-week break before that, so it's been
Yeah.
a while.
And now you're riding a dragon.
Second attack.
Pretty badass.
24. 4.
Wait,
12.
hold on.
12 more.
So let's start with a 20.
So that is 38 total.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to swipe in using the baleful talon on the wyvern. You sort of like slash at a wing, you slash at one of its legs as you go by. You're sort of almost tangled in the air, wyvern to wyvern, goblin to goblin. The goblin's screaming in some sort of language that you don't understand. He's hysterical. Absolutely hysterical seeing you come at him like this. Is there anything else you can do on your turn, Axel?
Oh, that's it. I think I used everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does bring us to a few more of the wyverns, and I will have them move forward to attack. Let's see. A is going to. He's going to try. He'll use all of his movement to charge in directly on Riku. So he'll dash to be able to do that. So he won't be able to do anything this turn. C will fly up to Riku there and will, let me just put him right there. So that's going to be 80 feet of movement. He will attack you, Riku, and he will use 2 claw attacks because that's what they use when they're flying. This is the first one. So 26 to hit. Oh, wow. Double 26 to hit. That's going to be big damage. It's going to be 26 points of slashing damage from the claws.
Owie!
As they swipe by while you're on your broom.
That hurts.
D, which has taken multiple arrows from Vincent, lands on the ground on the other side of the building from him and immediately tries to bite him for 25 to hit. That's going to be 9 points of bite damage, so piercing damage. And then the stinger attack. And the stinger is going to be a miss at 11 on this one. We still have E and G, or E and H. Oh yeah, I forgot H. H is just going to fly up. It's going to use all of its movement to dash, so that's going to be 160 feet to here. And then E is going to charge in on Sir Venom and land on the ground next to him, and it will make a bite attack for 18. Is that hit?
That's a miss.
Okay. And then 26.
Oh, that's a hit.
DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please, on the stinger as it gets through your armor.
23.
Okay, so you're only going to take half of the poison damage, so that'll be 13 points of poison, 7 piercing damage for a total of 20. And that will commence the first round of combat, which is perfect because it's 8:33. So let's take our break and reconvene at 8:40. Top of the turn order, the masked man and his wyvern cannot do anything. So they will sit there. That being said, it does bring us to Vincent. What would you like to do?
I'm the one that's attacking me. I'm gonna is the one that I got it bloodied. I'm gonna try to finish off.
It is bloodied. Yep. Go ahead. That is a hit.
24 damage.
All right.
Ooh. Almost a crit. And then I get to reroll that for 1. So 23 damage on the second shot.
Okay.
And then a crit for the third shot.
Wow. All right. So 24, 23.
32 more.
Okay, so wait, let's slow down on this just for a moment. So 21, and then your first 2 shots are going to kill this one. So let's start there. Who are you directing your third shot at?
The next nearest wyvern. I can see one attacking one of my friends.
Okay. I'm gonna
Maybe
just
the
make
one
a roll.
behind me. E.
Okay.
Is that attacking? Who's this?
That's Sir Venom.
Around
So,
him.
yeah, I'll turn around and shoot E.
Okay.
With the crit, and it'll do 32 damage.
Okay. E for 32. That's so much damage. All right. You do charge your bow once. I don't know where your bow's at it in regards to all of its charges, but it does get one charge at least if you need that.
I think that would be its first. I think I expelled it last time.
Gotcha. The goblin does see his wyvern die and does roll off, and he does not take any damage as the wyvern dies. He's okay. Is that your full turn, Vincent? Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Um, unless I use any movement, I guess I'm gonna. Nah, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay,
Got nowhere else to go.
gotcha. You do have a dead wyvern next to you that will provide you with half cover on that side of you as well. The building provides either full cover or 3/4 cover, depending on angles and everything. So it's not
Yeah,
the worst spot, to be honest.
I'm just gonna try to stay covered then. Take a defensive position.
Gotcha. Riku, you are flying midair on your broom. You have been hit by the claws. What would you like to do?
Riku would like to power up. So he's
Okay.
casting haste.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have +2 AC. All the other stuff. Yada yada yada.
Yep.
Um Are either of these two guys damaged?
I don't believe either of them are. Let me just double check. No, neither of them are.
All right. Well, we're going to attack.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything special here, so this is just a regular attack.
Okay.
How's the 17 do?
That's a hit. Which one would you like to hit?
We're going to hit A.
Okay.
We're doing that, and then there's also a little bit of fire damage.
11 points of radiant.
Yeah, radiant, and then fire.
Fire.
Then
Gotcha.
this is bard stuff right here.
Ah.
So now I have a total of +6 to my AC. So we're looking at a 23 total AC.
Gotcha. And you have done 20 points of damage to Wyvern A with your sword, creating some sort of self cauterizing gash effectively on its side, and it roars out in rage towards you. Is there something else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think all I have left is movement. I'm not really going anywhere, so that's gonna do it.
Do you get another attack? Oh no, wait, you used
No,
haste.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Next turn.
All right. Let's see.
I'm alive.
Wyvern B. This one will take a bite at Sir Venom for a 25 to hit,
Oh, yep, that'll hit.
and it's going to do 6 points of bite piercing damage. The stinger, however, is going to miss with a 10. F, which is on Axel, I need to roll a wisdom save for it to see if it knows what's going on. Axel, what was your animal handling check last round? A 22?
Yeah.
Okay, it fails, so it couldn't succeed that. So you got it under control still. G, this one will swoop in to here, and it will attack you, Axel. This is going to be its claw attack for 26 to hit. Its other claw attack for also 26 to hit. This will be worth 12 damage. Slashing damage. Wow, 12 twice. Okay. So 24 slashing damage. Ignore that last roll. And then this one is also in midair with you, and it will also attack with its claws.
So no stings this time.
Stings on the ground, claws in the air. And actually, this one's attacking your wyvern. So 21's going to hit, and a 20 is going to hit. So it's actually like trying to hurt your wyvern.
That's good.
So for
That damage
32
towards
points
you.
of damage on your wyvern.
It's really good. Taking damage.
All right. That is their turn. That brings us to Sir Venom. What would you like to do?
Let's see. I am just a little bit surrounded.
It's good until it dies and then you fall.
I need to roll con saves for Sunbeam. Actually 6 damage, so I'd have to roll a 6 to pass.
Yep.
I have a +5 con, so that's like an automatic pass, right?
Just don't roll natural. Actually, even if you rolled a 1, you'd be fine. So yeah, you're good.
I roll 1.
Let's see. Would I be able to angle Sunbeam to hit these 4? Like right here.
Which 4? So
B
B,
and A?
E, and
Because
yeah.
A is like up on the roof. I don't know if he's on like the other side and can't see him.
No, you could hit them all. You could hit. So you could hit this right here if you were to stand on the other side of B.
Okay. You know what? I'll risk the opportunity attack and I'll go around to the other side of B.
Okay, it'll take a bite at you. It's gonna be a hit by the looks of it. 25
Oh,
for
Giving
11
it
points
up.
damage. So go ahead and roll the con save on that.
I hope it's worth it, Sir Venom.
I think maybe I need to watch your HP in this fight for the first time ever.
no. 22. So I passed.
Nice. Gotcha. Okay. And the sunbeam?
So they all have to make a DC 19 con save.
This is for the goblins. They got an 18, so they still failed, and they're going to die.
Wow. Very good.
And the wyverns got a natural 1.
Oh,
Ooh,
my
Super
goodness.
failed.
And that was...
So they all take 27 radiant damage and are blinded.
All right. So
Wow.
those first 2 goblins are actually like disintegrated. You irradiate them so hard that they just into nothing. The others, they take 27 points of damage. So that was A, 27. We're helping Riku out with that one. And E, 27. Pretty good. And they are blinded.
Oh, and B too.
Yeah, he's
that
blinded
opportunity
again.
attack. Yeah, that motherfucker doesn't get to see nothing.
I forgot to take the blind thing off of him last round, but it's all good. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No. So you don't
Okay.
really have any bonus actions.
Gotcha. Axel, you are in the air. You're surrounded by 2 wyverns. There's a third barreling towards you. What would you like to do?
I guess I was working on I last time, right? So.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep stabbing him.
So far, the wyvern you are currently occupied on is friendly.
So far. Be reckless with my stabbing. 25. Okay, so 12, and then sneaking it. Sneak attack. So 27, the first, and then the second attack is... Second attack. 22 to 22 hit.
Does.
Another 12. So 39 to I.
I. 39 to I. Okay, that is bloodied.
Dang, these things are tanks.
They are. They've got a lot of hit points, but it is bleeding from multiple spots at this point, and I'll tell you that it's about a third of the. It's got about a third of its health left.
Is that 2 full rounds? You've just been poking this thing.
Yep.
Funny to think of. Poke,
Dang.
poke, 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 poke.
Yeah.
Can I also get an animal handling check from you, Axel, as well as the D4?
Absolutely.
Let's see. Good animal handling check once again.
D4. 4.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I will give you a dexterity saving throw at advantage to see if you stay on.
Okay. Dex at advantage.
You got this.
17.
That is a success. It was a 15 to check that. So for now, you can't move, but you can stay on.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere.
Okay,
Right where I want to be.
gotcha.
So there's just like levels of like how good you are at moving it against.
Do I have a bonus action?
How high up are you again?
No.
He's about 20 to 30 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah.
He survives that fall.
Oh, without an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna my turn.
Okay. That brings us to. Is there a goblin that's alive? Yeah, there is. That would be the goblin for D. That goblin is going to run over and try to attack Vincent. Because why the hell not? He will take a swing at you with a short sword, and he will miss. That will be his turn. The other goblins are either dead or in the air. That brings us to Wyvern A. Wyvern A is going to take some attacks to Riku. What is your AC again? 23?
That sounds right.
Okay. The first one's a miss. The second one is also a miss. That brings us to C. They will take 2 claw attacks against you. That's going to be a 15 for a miss and a 13 for a miss. That brings us to E, which is blinded. Oh, that goblin's dead. This goblin's also dead. Gosh, what does it do? Let me roll something here.
In his blind fury, he attacks the tree next to him.
It actually can sense. Let me see. It'll sense in the general direction. I'm gonna delete this guy. Where you went, but it has disadvantage because of the blind. So it's gonna take some disadvantage, bite and a stinger at you. So it's just like flailing around basically. So 10, that's gonna be a miss. And this is at you, Sir Venom, a 19. I assume that's a miss. Okay. So E
Wow.
misses a bunch. H will swat in on Vincent. It'll go towards Axel and then change course at the last second. And it will land and it will take a bite for a natural 1. It's going to be a miss. And a natural 2, which is also a miss. So Vincent, you are spared in this instance, which brings us around in the turn order.
Doing like cartwheels and very acrobatic ninja evasive moves.
Ninja man.
Nice. Vincent, what would you like to do as you like cartwheel your way out of danger?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a shot at the goblin first. Gonna take him out, and then I'll go deal with H. So first at the goblin.
Goblino.
That is a miss if you're using snipe
Yeah,
shot.
was now.
Okay. Yep, that's a miss.
So I'll redirect that one to H.
Okay. And do you have disadvantage from melee attack or from like melee range attacks? I think so. Or do you have like crossbow master or whatever?
Well, I don't know when I have the snipe shot, it gets rid of um
Let me check.
stuff
You
like that.
do you have crossbow expert as a feat?
No,
Okay, then you
I
have
don't have a
disadvantage on melee attacks.
Alright, so second roll.
So 19?
Yeah.
Still hit.
24.
All right. So 24 damage from that shot. That was your first shot, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and take anything else that you'd like.
So then I'm gonna take a second shot at the wyvern.
Okay. At disadvantage.
Okay. Then this is the second roll.
22 is a hit.
Yeah. 24 damage.
Damn. Just dishing it out.
And then we'll do one more at disadvantage. Ooh, a 10. I
Okay, that's
think.
going to be a miss. That
Yeah,
was your action.
so yeah.
Movement and bonus.
No,
All right.
staying put.
Let's see. Riku, what would you like to do?
We are going to do a spell. We're going to do destructive wave.
Nice.
One of those. One of those. Then everyone within 30 feet, minus my comrades, needs to roll a con 18.
Whoa.
And on a success, you take half. Fail, you take full. Then also are knocked prone.
Wow. Okay. Con 18. The wyvern's
Yes.
got a 17.
Oh, wonderful.
And the
That is.
goblins,
So what does that mean if they're flying? Like,
they take the fall damage.
oh, I didn't even consider that.
Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage, which is 14, 21, so 37 points of damage.
Wow, that 21, that's almost max. Yeah.
35 points damage. So some of these are on the
Radiant and thunder.
ground.
Then whatever the fall damage is.
And the fall damage is going to be either 20 to 30 feet in the air. So for A, I'll do 20. For C, I'll do 30. So it's going to be 9 points. And then 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Both these
points.
are still up, right?
Those we're on the ground.
Already?
So they're not going to. Yeah. So they'll be prone and blinded, but they won't take the fall damage. So C and A take 9 and 12. A is bloodied. C is almost bloodied. E is bloodied. B, F, and I are all bloodied as well. G has taken no damage. And let me toss those prones on there.
Is this one on the roof?
They're going to fall off the roof down onto the ground.
Okay.
So they fall down here. Actually, I need to take that guy away. And then, H actually, he should be hurt now. Oh, he is hurt.
He,
And this guy's dead. So his goblin rider is dead.
if H is alive, he'd be on the ground too.
That goblin's dead. Yeah. And goblin rider is dead. Prone. Wow, that's pretty massive, actually. Let me just double check. 40 feet. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Riku?
Yeah, that's just one action. I have another one.
Mm,
So I'm also going to go over and stab this motherfucker who's prone on the ground now, because I should have enough like movement to get there, right?
totally.
All right, yeah, we're gonna do that. And since he's prone, I have advantage on these swings.
I'm just going to put you right here for it. You can be on the other side of me if you want, though.
Or it's just one swing, actually.
Okay. 19 is hit.
Okay.
It's against A.
So there's that plus the fire, which is not much. But then we're
And
also
he's
gonna throw the bardic on top.
very close to being dead.
Ah, come on. So
How
only
would you like to, how would you like to do that?
well, I have a +4 to my AC right now, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So 21 AC.
You want to
Let's see. What am I attacking right now? The
the wyvern?
wyvern. Well, when I see him, in a weakened state on the ground, Riku just goes up on his broom and just like, delivers the killing blow in his weak spots.
Nice. All right. You take care of that one, and actually, that's only the second wyvern that's been dispatched, I believe. Oh, there's a dead wyvern on the ground there as well. Anything else? Any other movement? Because I think you probably have extra movement still.
Oh yeah, I got movement. What do you suppose that cost to get me there?
I think you've only moved 20 feet.
Okay, so then I probably have another 80 if we're basically doubling my broom movement because
Mhm.
I'm hasted. Okay. Then I guess I'll just for now kind of go over here, but like at an elevated angle above this roof here.
Gotcha. All right. We got a lot of wyverns to deal with here. I'm going to start with B, and that's going to attack Sir Venom. It will use a bite, and that's going to be a 21 to miss. And then a 12 to miss as well. That'll be that one's turn. F is F dead? No. Where is F?
I'm on F.
Oh, you're controlling F.
Yeah.
F is being straddled by Axel.
It's gonna try
it's-
to grab you off of its back with a bite attack.
F is a mount.
And it's gonna fail to do so, and it's gonna like try to scratch at you with the 26. So it will be able to scratch at you with its like back leg for 15 points of slashing damage from its claws.
What a bastard.
Yeah, the dude just needs to accept its new life as Axel's prison bitch.
G will take a double set of claw attacks against Axel. That's going to be a 22 to hit and a 10 to miss. So it will do another, or you will take another 18 points of damage, Axel. I will also do 2 claw attacks against you. The first one's an 18. The second one's a natural 1.
Yeah, 18 hits. Yeah.
Okay. On the hit, it will be 14 points damage.
Okay. So, and then 14, so 7. All right.
All right. And then it brings us around to Sir Venom. What would you like to do?
What would I like to do? I bet it's going to be another sunbeam. Let's see how best to. Hmm.
Your sunbeam will not hit C through the house,
Yeah, that's what I
I would say.
figured. I'm just wondering, do I risk the opportunity? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack to because like it's either go that way or go to like right here to hit these three.
Because they're blinded and prone, uh, because they're blinded, they cannot take attacks of opportunity against you.
Oh, nice.
I realized.
So yeah, in that case, I'm gonna do a full circle around them, just dancing, being like, "Aha, fuck you," and then get to here and sunbeam those three.
Gotcha.
So DC 19 con save.
They got a 9, so they failed.
So 27 damage, and they are still blinded.
That would be H, E, and B. Let's see. 27, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty wild. Constantly debuffing them.
Yeah, Sunbeam is such an awesome spell.
Go ahead and describe how you kill E.
So E like takes the brunt of the sunbeam. So as I like extend my hands in the Kamehameha pose, it like blasts through E, just like disintegrating half of its body to travel forward and then hit B and H.
And it finally senses like where you are as you move, and unable to take an attack of opportunity quickly enough through smell and sort of just like other senses, it reaches out with its jaws and you actually like rip through the side of its head and tear off its wing into the other two. And it will be dead in this space here. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn? That was movement and action.
So when I'm concentrating on sunbeam, does like reactivating it, does that count as casting a spell?
I believe the answer to that was no. It's just using its effect again.
Okay. In that case, I am going to get spiritual weapon up. Right there. So that's within 60 feet, right? Yeah. And spiritual weapon Umbra will take an attack at B for a 23 to hit.
Okay.
And do 9 force damage.
Okay. And that was on
B.
B.
Spiritual weapons really fun.
Okay. Still up.
B's a bastard. It's taking what, like 4 sunbeams to the face.
He's taken a few. I think E is taking the most technically. Let's see. All right, Axel, what would you like to do?
Yeah, well, all right. So I got a pretty wild sequence planned. I'm probably gonna have to use my session inspiration because it's gonna go terribly wrong. So I need a
Go.
fresh
Love
mount.
to hear that.
Go.
I'd love to hear it.
I need a fresh mount.
Fresh.
I knew this is where this is going. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to jump from F to G, which I think is at full health, and
It
knock
is.
that goblin. I'm gonna. So if you've played Red Dead, when you knock some
Horse to horse?
yeah, go horse to horse.
Yeah.
Basically. So
This one's not behaving.
yeah,
All right,
what am I rolling?
Timing your jump, I'm going to say roll me an animal handling check, and then you're going to roll me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Not bad. Pretty good.
So and then what was it? Acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is going to count as your like grapple to like throw him off as well.
Wow.
All right. Let me roll against that.
You were just crushing it with these rolls here.
You knock the goblin off.
Wow.
He will fall to the ground. How would you like to describe his death?
I I jump on the thing, and I'm like behind him, and then I just kind of eat him off, just grab him and eat him.
It's like pick them up and drop them off.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Done and done. You have climbed onto the next one, and go ahead and roll another animal handling check for that.
All right. Ooh, I'll inspire. Probably, I'll use my inspiration
Okay.
because I don't think is that gonna cut it. Okay. Yeah.
He
That's
wants to
pretty
see the
good.
number go up. He wants to see the number go
Yeah.
up.
And then lastly, roll that deception check again to see if it
Oh shit! This is
knows
where
whether or
I
not you're the
should have used
goblin.
it. Ah, fuck. This is okay. Yeah. It thinks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number go up.
You don't you don't have to roll the d4 at all. You can fly around as you would like. What I
think
would
that-
say is you've used your action.
Yeah. I think the game's trying to tell. It's just trying to say like, the game's saying something. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think that's my. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, you're not going to move around at all. You're just going to stay there.
Yeah, I'm just trying. These things are fucked up because they've just been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying here.
All right. That brings us to.
The ones further north are way more fucked up, but yes.
Are there any goblins that are left alive? Jesus. I think
I
that
love
one's.
how like in
Eye
D&D,
on eye apparently.
I love how you always hear about how like melee characters like they just do the same thing every round. They just hit things. And here's Axel doing crazy rolls riding
Yeah.
dragons, and the cleric with the 7th level spells has done the same thing every round.
Let's see. Oh, gee, he's dead. Sorry, I'm just like doing inventory here to make sure I remove these guys off the board for you. H is dead. Jesus. Okay, yeah, there's just that one goblin, so I thought. Okay, that brings us to C. C is still alive. It's going to use half its movement to stand up. It will fly on top of the building, and it will look down at you, Vincent, and take a bite. So it's actually going to get advantage from its vantage point on these attacks. So it's going to use it. A 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then stinger attack. 19.
That'll hit as well.
Okay. So for the bite attack, it's going to be 8 points of bite damage. For the stinger, it's going to be 9 points of piercing damage. And then please make a constitution saving throw. All right. So you're only going to take 10 of the 20 points of damage. That'll be 31 points total.
Ugh.
8 and 13 is 21, plus 10 is 31. All right. So it's like looking down at you. You've got one that's sort of lying on its side, getting back up next to you, another that's just taking a big chunk out of you. And in fact, the one that's on its side is going to get up and take a bite at you as well. It's just a normal attack, no advantage. That said, it does hit you with a 22. And that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage from the bite. That was so close to a critical hit. The stinger, however, misses and hits some of the tiles that like fall off the roof down onto the stone ground, shattering next to you. And that'll be its turn. That brings us back to you, Vincent. What would you like to do as you're surrounded by wyverns, dead and alive?
Yeah, we gotta start clearing them out. Can I get some distance so are both of them in my melee range?
Yes,
Or
they're
is
both
the one on
within. The one on the roof is 10 feet away, technically, so you could shoot him without disadvantage.
Yeah, let's take care of him first.
Uh, 22 is a hit. All right, and looking up, you hit him for 24 points of damage. He is now bloodied.
Follow-up shot.
An 18 is going to be a hit as well. For 25 points of damage. Yeah, you're just pumping arrows. Not necessarily straight up, but almost straight up, like almost at like a full straight up angle into the neck of this creature.
Yeah, last one.
22 is a hit. Let's see if we can kill it. Yeah,
22.
that just takes it out. Roll me a d4, please.
I love D4s.
You might not love this.
Oh, a 1.
It's bad for you
Oh.
because it falls off the roof towards you.
Ah,
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
not a problem.
Ooh.
14.
Oh, I am gonna roll a d8, d6.
Is that a fail?
It is a fail.
My Abominable will kick in and let me
Okay,
reroll a failed saving
gotcha.
for a 20.
That is a success. I am gonna put you. You can move to either this spot or this spot. It's up to your choice. This one or
Further
this one.
away from H.
Here. Okay. And you dodge out of the way, and as you do so, it collapses onto the ground, spraying broken tiles from the roof everywhere as it does so.
Down it
So that was
goes.
3 shots. Dodge. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
All right. That'll be
I killed that? Did I get a second charge to my bow?
You do.
Perfect. Got a 3.
Riku, what would you like to do? As you see this wyvern fall dead nearly on top of Vincent, who catches himself and pulls himself out in time.
Let's see. H is still alive. This one.
It is. Yep.
I need to go help Axel here. I'm gonna fly this direction and start swinging at G. Actually, hold on.
She's
Let
the
me.
one. She's the one I'm on.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm not gonna swing at that one. Sorry.
I and F are bloodied.
If G's not going to attack me, then I would get around F here, try to be flanking. If that's
Okay.
possible.
I will say you can flank F. That's fine.
Okay. And we will swing. Wow.
Oh my god.
Double
is-
ones.
Brutal.
Yeah, that'll
Screenshot
happen
that up.
sometime.
Did you like just accidentally stab yourself in the foot? Is that what happens when you roll double ones?
You get out of the way now before I go to Vegas next month, you know? That's what I'm saying. So there's one of 3 attacks. Here's number 2. Huh. Thank you for documenting that moment.
That is a hit. The second attack.
Let's roll some damage.
In F.
And then we're gonna cancel that roll. 6. And then We're gonna throw the 10 on top because why the frick not?
Gotcha.
So +9. My AC currently.
Okay. And it's still up. You definitely heard it a bunch, however.
All right, and I got one more swing. Okay.
That is a hit.
That'll be that.
Okay. It is very low on health. It is not doing well, but it is still up, at least for the moment.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Actions, bonus action, movement. I'm gonna stay put right here.
All right. That brings us to B. B is technically blinded until the end of its turn. It will thrash around randomly, and I'm going to use D4 as like a cardinal direction die. So 1 would be to the north, 2 is east, 3 is south, so on and so forth. All right, it's going to attack to the north, which is going to put Vincent in its path. It's going to do so at disadvantage, and it's going to bite. That's going to be a 9, so that's going to be a miss. And the stinger is going to be a disadvantage towards Vincent as well. That, however, does a 19 hit Vincent?
Yes, it does.
I need a DC 15 Constitution saving throw as well, please. So you are going to take 10 points of damage from the stinger as it lashes out and hits you. Oh no. And that's going to be 26 points of poison damage.
I think you have a second charge of that thing.
Second charge of Indomitable?
Yeah, I think that's what you got when you're recent. I think check to see if you have it, but yeah, I think when you're recent levels, you got a
Not
second.
like he was creeping on your sheet or anything.
What?
What?
I'm not
Never.
creeping on a sheet.
Sheet creepers.
Oh,
You do have 2 of those, yeah.
we're gonna use it then.
All right.
Boom.
So you've used both of your Indomitables. Go ahead and re-roll that.
Is it
Constitution.
con?
Yep.
Hit it. Dare you.
Oh, it didn't do any better.
That's brutal. You do still take the full points of damage. So that was 36
well,
points of damage total.
Ouch.
Don't you have a bunch of luckies too?
Yeah. 3.
Well,
Fine, we'll do one more before I take 36. Alright,
That's a
18?
save. So
Alright,
you will take 26 points of damage instead of 36.
alright.
Or sorry, 23.
23 damage. Okay. Well, I'm down to 36.
Oh wow. Oh, you guys are way more hurt than I realized.
Getting low.
Let me reload these character sheets.
We're fighting wyverns. They're
See your hit
This
points.
is a
Okay.
warm up.
we should have griffins here fighting them.
Well, we
Oh,
got
yeah,
our
apparently.
own wyvern rider. We don't need griffins.
Let's
Axel's
see.
just gonna jump on them all.
F is going to lash out at Riku
No,
with some claws.
don't do that.
Let's see. It's
Well,
going to fail.
My AC is boosted.
I was going to say, right? It's like 25 or something at this point. So that one's good. G, I think you're good for now, actually,
So good.
Axel.
It thinks
I think
I'm
you're
a
good.
goblin.
Yeah. So I is going to take some claw attacks at. Oh gosh, what does it do here? It will move over to Axel, and it will take a claw attack at you, Axel. Let's see. That's going to be a miss, and then that's going to be a natural 20.
God damn.
Oops. So it's going to be a total of 18 points of damage. So whatever that comes out to for you.
Say 18 total.
Yeah, I accidentally rolled it twice,
Oh, okay.
so it's just
So
minus
18.
4.
Can I, when I do uncanny dodge, can I dodge the total or just one of the attacks, one of the two?
The total in this instance.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 9, so 5. All right. Cool.
Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
See if I can mop up B and H. So I'll move over to here and sunbeam them.
Okay.
Just out here beaming.
Oh, big roll.
Oh shit.
So yeah, same DC 19 con save from them.
Okay. 34. Do I take half damage if I succeed?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't succeed. Wyvern H has 1 hit point left. Wyvern B is dead.
Oh.
What?
So I see how rough H is looking. I like point at him. I go, Umbra, finish him off.
Gotcha.
And Umbra crits him.
How would you like to do this?
Overkill.
So Umbra just like goes to dive at him, like puts his wings back, turns into like a raven-shaped missile, and H goes to bite at Umbra, and he just rockets through his mouth and busts out the back of its head.
Gotcha.
I like
And
that.
Umbra's like up on the roof afterwards, like looking down at it.
You turn the bird into a missile. That's great. Bird is the weapon.
Bird is the word. All right.
And that's my action and my bonus action.
Okay.
So that's everything.
And that brings us to Axel. What would you like to do?
So
Or make an animal handling check first, and then we'll do the rest.
Okay. Look, this is just meant to be. Just let it happen.
It is happening.
It's
I think the game is letting it happen.
Just
Yeah.
let it happen.
And just for your information, Axel, F is
super fucked.
yeah, I think it's substantially more hurt. Yeah, very hurt. I is like it's got like a third of its health.
Yeah, F we had a good run. But it's over now. So
Oh, that was the one you were initially riding. The one I
yeah, we're
started
gonna practically
attacking.
stab him. Well, he was being a prick that whole time.
He attacked you.
21 to hit.
Yep.
So okay, so 14 is.
How would you like to do this?
Look, I didn't want to have to do it, but I do have to do it. So I'll stab it in its neck.
Yeah.
Neck
It's gonna
stab.
old yellow this one.
You get close on your wyvern and you actually like grab one of the spines on the back of its neck and use your raw strength to bring it into the dagger. Like you move both neck and dagger into each other at the same time.
Yeah. And because I killed him, I think I get to use my bonus action to action make an attack. So let's see if I can make it.
Then you still have another attack, right?
Well, yeah. So I do this attack and then I get another one. So
Love that shit.
that's a terrible roll. Sneak
Is that
attack.
Great Weapon Master that gives you that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sneak attack damage. So 11 plus 12, so 23. And then my last attack coming at you with 20. So 14. So total of 37.
That is enough to kill this one as well. How would you like to do this?
Another neck
had 30
stab.
And is there a different way in which you're doing this one, or is it similar?
I pivot a little bit, a little pivot.
Okay.
And yeah.
And you actually pivot the dagger in your hand after killing the first one. So the dagger was blade up in your hand, and then as you pull it out, you like pivot it in your hand, and you just slash across the throat of the other one. The goblin, because he's gonna see if he stays on.
Oh right,
The
there's a
last
goblin. Forgot about.
Is a goblin
Yeah,
alive?
yeah, I forgot about it. There's a goblin.
He does not stay on. He's only going to take 3 points of damage falling. Let me just roll to see which way he falls. If I get a 1, 2, or 3, he's going to fall through that hole in the roof, however, into the fire. I got a 4. So he lands over here. He's okay for now. He's still alive.
Lucky boy.
And that... Is that your full turn, Axel, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I guess I got a little movement. Let's I want to take this guy for a spin. A little bit of a
I was wondering if just like
just
the
I want to
fight's gonna stop.
try to like break him in, just move around a little bit.
Yeah. You begin flying around.
like a new pony. He's just
Yeah. And then I'll end my turn. I don't think I have any more actions or nothing, so
At this point, you guys are out of combat if you wish to be. This goblin is like running and hiding.
no.
What would you guys like to do?
Well,
We got this dude in the force cage over here.
yeah.
Yeah. So how does that work? Can I just like can I control the force cage or can I like go up and pick it up?
So the force cage is immobile, so it cannot be moved.
Okay. Rico Joe. Hey guys, over here.
Yeah. Hey, Riku, do you still have that sending spell?
Of course. I'm a
You should
bard, man.
Yeah, you should maybe get in touch with the water baron dude. Let him know we captured one of the generals. See if he can send a contingent of men to make sure this motherfucker doesn't get away. I'm sure he's got a prison somewhere.
And Vincent, are you joining them as well over there?
I'm going to. How long would it take to harvest wyvern parts, leather?
It would take, I would say, 10 minutes or more to harvest some wyvern toxins and some spines. And leather would probably be like
more like the leather.
Yeah, that would probably be like an hour.
All right, then yeah, I'll join them, but I'm going to do that before I leave.
Okay. You can do that before you leave. We'll account for that in a minute. I'll just bring your token over here. So it looks like Riku, you probably fly over. Sir Venom, you fly over. Is that correct?
Yep.
Vincent, you walk over. You're looking up at this. Anyone who's flying, you can be eye to eye with this individual if you so wish. As you take the wyvern around for a spin, Axel, and drop your rage. The man gets a look at you and goes, No, it can't. Axel von Thunderstruck?
Huh?
And he knows your name.
Oh no.
Who goes
Well, you are
there?
famous.
It's happening again.
He takes off his mask, and you instantly recognize the face of your old friend.
Oh no, is it
None-
Glenn? Is it Glenn?
It's Glenn.
Good work.
Glenn Veshebris, in particular.
Glenn?
Oh my god.
Who the fuck
what are
is
you doing?
Glenn?
This is my old sidekick.
Glenn?
Yeah, I picked him up off the streets, taught him how to be a bounty hunter, and then a mission went sideways, you see, and I thought he was dead, but here he is.
Here he is indeed.
What?
He's in my force
What?
cage.
Yeah. What are you doing?
And he looks at the lot of you, and he looks at you in particular, Axel, and goes, What are you doing? How are you here? Why are you here?
Well, I'm
God.
very powerful now, so.
He can actually see a lot of the battlefield. He's watched you effectively eviscerate all of his wyvern companions and the goblins upon them. And you can see that he has tears streaming down his face. My beautiful wyverns, why did you kill them all? Why? Oh God.
Why are you with them? Riku says. Why are you friends with this guy? Riku's.
Why'd you attack us? We were just.
Well, yeah, I remember we got the I heard from the Ram that you were in the Disaran Valley, last seen in the Disaran Valley, and I was totally gonna go looking for you, but then I went to a dimension, and 6 months there was a bit of a time skip, and so yeah, what?
He's looking at you like you have like 4 heads as you say this, as you're riding this
Yeah,
wyvern.
who do you work for? What happened? Who captured you? What? Tell us everything.
You look like shit. Riku says.
He
He's
looks
like,
at you.
Riku acts like he's just like been part of the conversation.
He goes, I serve Drib Gorehorn, Warlock Chieftain and War Chieftain. He and his goblins saved me. And yes, I was in the Dasaran Valley. But I don't know. They saved me. I saved these creatures. I owe them. I owe them my life. I owe them allegiance. So I serve the Gorehorn.
Hear this guy?
Okay.
Does any of this make sense to any of you guys?
This guy's not saying anything good.
So I guess we should. Can I roll a check to like see if he's under some kind of
I think
like?
this guy's just falling with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, I think I should
You can
insight
roll
check
an
him.
yeah. Roll an insight check.
Okay, so what I'm looking to see is if he's of the right mind or if he's gone loco.
He's being charmed.
Yeah.
So there is one thing that you remember about
If he's
Glenn.
like being controlled.
Yeah.
And
you will.
you know that Glenn was an incredibly loyal individual. He had your back in every instance during your time as bounty hunters. You know, he was your guy, basically, in a lot of ways. It's not surprising to you that if somebody actually saved his life, he would feel like he owed them, regardless of the circumstances and regardless of what they might ask of him. He was a good bounty hunter because he gave his loyalty to very few people, and when he did, it was complete.
So this is a choice. Well, I got some good news. You don't have to live with goblins anymore. You can come back to the humans. And you know, because you can't we're going to kill whoever you work for. That's
unfortunate because yeah.
Drib.
The line in the sand has been drawn.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage, Axel.
Okay.
And part of this is like he's standing in the force cage, looking out across all of the dead wyverns still.
Riku's like, Axel, let him know, like, this is a mercy what we've done so far. We could have just killed him.
He
Kill
sort of
who?
looks at you.
I would never kill Glenn.
Well, but we didn't know it was Glenn. I'm just saying the fact that we force caged him at all is a mercy.
Yeah.
Considering how we normally handle people like him. Riku gestures.
I know you're not gonna buy what I'm saying here, Glenn. But look, we kept you alive because we just wanted to talk to you and figure out who you were and who you were working for. And well, you just told us all that information. So I mean, I don't think we should keep him force caged anymore.
Are you gonna kill me? He sort of looks at you.
I can't. I mean, I'm not giving up on you here. I mean, clearly you've gone through going through some kind of phase.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Axel.
It's like maybe I just closed the cage.
Oh no.
I was on mute for a minute, but I flew up behind Axel as he was talking to his boy to like lay my hand on his shoulder and offer a quick prayer to the Raven Queen to guide his actions.
Oh.
Okay.
So So
You can
wisdom.
you can add a D4 to your persuasion check, but it doesn't do
Okay.
anything for your wisdom saving throw.
Okay, D4 for the wisdom. What was my original wisdom? It wasn't good. So like a 13. Was it a 13?
It doesn't convince your persuasion check doesn't change in this
Yeah.
instance. You don't convince Glenn necessarily. The wisdom saving throw, the 8 that you rolled,
Uh-huh.
the natural 1.
Yeah.
You hear the voice
Oh,
of the
God.
assassin in your head
Oh
saying,
no.
"Why wouldn't we kill him? He's at our mercy. Get him, Axel."
Well, can I
And
negotiate with the voice for a quick
you
second?
can. Yeah.
I would like to tell the voice that if we could get him on our side of killing, then he'd be a very valuable assistant killer.
And the voice says back to you, "I only work alone. We've always only worked alone. Why would you have him on your side? The last time I did that, Jarl Axel was such a pain in the ass."
Oh, God, you're so convincing. Okay.
Guy has to die.
Make an attack roll, Axel.
Oh, God.
Oh.
What, just unarmed?
No, with the whatever you had the baleful talon in your hand, so
Yeah.
I'd say make an attack with that.
Yeah.
Can you
And-
even penetrate this horse
Oh,
cage?
unfortunately, I rolled a 15.
Your attack stops short of the force cage and does not pass through.
Oh, jeez.
So we
Glances
just
off.
see you slash at it.
Yeah. And Glenn backs up off of it towards, and his wyvern like hisses at you. And he goes, "Axel, what the fuck? Why would you do that?"
You've given me no choice, Glenn.
Would
Stirring the pot, just fucking drama baiting over here, just slashing.
would any of us have noticed Axel like going into his weird murder trance?
You guys can roll insight on this if you would like.
I mean, Ricky definitely saw him slash the fucking force cage.
I think it was
we-
intimidating.
Do we know it's Axel, or is he being controlled by his weird little like murder ghost that lives in his head?
Let's roll the insight.
I got a 19.
I don't even know.
Oh, Riku can see him with his third eye right now.
And Vincent, do you want to roll insight or are you good?
No.
Yeah. Sir Venom and Riku, you think that this is even far beyond Axel's normal actions, and you can see a craziness that's not the normal rage that exudes from his one good eye sort of taking over as he does this. Axel, give me another wisdom saving throw.
Almost like, we see the way he normally fights and like his movements, but this just seemed like an alien the way he moved.
It's almost even more dexterous and lithe than Axel is, and he's incredibly dexterous already. So it's something different. Yeah, you take control again, Axel, and you hold back from a second attack.
Oh, Axel backs off from the situation or something else happens.
Yeah, Axel, maybe go get like a splash some water in your face.
I'm
or
gonna
something.
go try to
almost
talk.
lost it there.
I'm gonna try to talk to this wyvern while you guys can talk to Glenn if you want. Axel's gonna back off and yeah.
Riku, did you contact anyone to see if we can get like a guard sent here?
I can do that. I can reach out to the water baron.
Sorry, Glenn. You might you might have a past with our boy Axel there, but based on all the the murder and burned houses and everything, I'm pretty sure I saw a dead child back in one of those houses.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have to lock you up.
So I'm gonna send a message to the water baron.
Okay.
Let him know that we've captured one of the commanders of the goblins, and he's in a force cage that will last the next like 50 minutes. That someone needs to come here to take care of him after that point.
Okay. And the water baron responds back, "I will send a platoon over. Do we need to house the wyvern as well? What's going on with that?" And then
I can't respond. I just,
okay, he gets no response, obviously. And okay, Glenn looks at you. Three of you. I don't know what's going on with Axel. I am impressed he's been able to control that wyvern. But please, I would ask of you, do not allow my wyvern to be hurt.
Riku looks up at him. He's like, "You're lucky I cast such a fucking strong spell on you, or you'd be dead right now. My friend tried to kill you if you didn't realize."
I did. That I don't know what's happened to him, but that's not like him. He never would have done that 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's got kind of a long story. One that I think it's not ours to tell. We'll
Let's
see
just
if
say
Axel wants to let you in on it.
let's just say he's having a very deep battle within, and that was part of it.
But in regards to your wyvern, if you cooperate with us, drop your weapons, go to whatever prison accommodations they'll have for you. We can we can make sure that the wyvern isn't harmed.
Do I have your word? And he looks across the lot of you.
And I do I don't know the Ginyu Force pose. I'm like, on my word as a cleric of the Raven Queen, I will I'll make sure that they don't harm the wyvern as long as you cooperate.
And Riku looks puzzled. He's like, "Why do you care for the beast?" So
I mean, I raised it. I raised all these wyverns.
is that right?
Yeah, that's
How do they compare to a what's it
He
called?
looks
A
at you.
griffin?
Compared to a griffin, they tear griffins to shreds. They're the most dangerous, most magnificent creatures I've ever encountered. I lost my arm to one. I was lucky that I didn't lose far more to it. But I helped these goblins by raising them, and we learned to ride them and tame them somewhat, at least. And as he's saying this, you can hear this like awful squelching noise because Axel's wyvern is actually eating a dead body. And Axel, you're like trying to like talk to it, but it doesn't. Nothing happens, and the reason for that is it's like technically part dragon, not beast, so you can't really talk to animals in that way.
Okay.
I'm about to go skin one of them.
And Glenn actually says their hides are incredibly tough, so do what you need. That's acceptable.
Yeah, I'm making a saddle for my my griffin.
Ah, gotcha. Well, look, if you let my wyvern and I live, and somehow we live through this, maybe we'll talk more. I don't know.
Well,
Riku-
are you on?
Riku-
What are you? Well, you're either gonna come fight with us, um, or you're gonna have to talk with Axel.
Yeah, Riku just shrugs and he's like, "It's kind of out of our hands, but like, see what the Water Baron says."
Yeah, well, you'll definitely have to be locked up for now, but after this is all done and we win, because I mean, you saw what we're capable of. We're pretty fucking badass. I could see us maybe buying some land and setting up a place to raise
Riku puts
wyverns
his
for
hand up. He's like, "Listen, you don't have to marry the guy, but
our own core of wyvern riders.
we don't have to
I could
marry
be
the
the
guy, but
personal
he
army."
seems all right, you know."
He looks around at you all. Then I stand down for now. I won't attack. My wyvern and I will come quietly.
Riku laughs. He's like, "You can't attack anyway."
Fair point for the moment.
Yeah, but this spell isn't gonna last forever, Riku, and it's good to have your word, Glenn. We've Axel talks very fondly of his time with you, so I hope all that was true and that we can trust you.
He sort of nods. Should we move along?
Oh, we should wait for the Baron's platoon to get here.
Yeah, Riku's like looks at his watch. He's like, "You move along in about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so."
And actually, funny enough, the platoon does arrive, and it's none other than Irina. Let me just see if I can find her. Where's my Irina token? Here she is. It's Irina with a few guards. So
There she is, Riku says.
indeed. Oh my god, is that a wyvern?
Yeah, some fresh meat for you, Riku just thumbs over shoulder.
I see. And how are we? Where are we going to hold that? She's got like 5 guards with her. I thought we were just taking a man with us.
Oh, I'm sure there's got to be a room big enough to hold the wyvern. And our new acquaintance here, he knows that if him and the wyvern don't behave, that steps will need to be taken.
Yeah, I've imprisoned him. Riku knocks on the invisible wall. He's like, I can. He says he'll behave, as Sir Venom says. I can let him loose if you're willing to take him from here.
Can you just keep him in that? And she like looks at it.
I'm a little bit longer. It's about 40 minutes left till I can
Damn.
hold him this way.
Damn magic. Okay. Oh gosh, what in the fucking nine hells do we do about this? She's got a bit of a foul mouth on her in a way that you guys haven't experienced. You suspect that her time with Prestige Sword Coast as a mercenary has changed her a little bit in that way. Okay, rope. Let's get as much rope as possible. And she starts bossing around these like guards that she has with her, and they come up with this plan of like tying this guy to them and then the wyvern to the guy, so that if it takes off, it'll like potentially like rip him apart, almost like draw and quarter him. And okay, incentive not to fly off. Keep that wyvern close by. Do you understand? And he goes, of course. And they like tether it all up to basically get it all ready to take away. Okay, we'll take it from here.
Sir Venom would step up and be like, I actually I gave the man my word that that if he cooperates, I'd make sure that him and his wyvern were at least not harmed. So I'll escort him along with you, just in case anything goes sideways.
Be my guest. We can all go back to the Water Baron's manor if you'd wish.
Surely. Riku drops the spell.
All right. Let me bring us back to the Water Baron's manor.
Yeah, look over my shoulder, be like, Axel, you got a handle on your wyvern? How you doing back there?
So far so good. I don't know. But we'll find out, I guess. And
now that his belly's full, does he just like need a nap?
yeah.
It's actually relatively easy to control at this point, I would say, for you. To the point where you all make it into the barn with the wyverns in tow. And I will bring Victor Trahan and Erwin down. Well, what a sight. What a sight. So they will remain under guard and lock and key. As for the others, well, what are you going to do with that one? And he points to the other wyvern.
This one's chill.
Indeed.
Actually, just scratching behind the ears.
I guess we could stable them. Here, let's do that. Yes. And they like points to like these like stables that have doors and everything. Like they're like horse-sized stables, but you could fit a wyvern in it, no issue.
Ooh. Am I attached to it? Yeah.
I can take it off. Sorry, detach. Go ahead.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, why does it do that? There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
And they take and they put Glenn and his wyvern in the next one.
We got the wyvern in the house.
In the stables.
All right, in the stable.
In the house for horses.
Well, thank you for stopping the attack of the wyverns on the city. That was unfortunate. I think we lost a few homes, a few buildings, but not as bad as some of the bombardments we've endured. Oh God, this is. Actually, how many wyverns did you kill? How much of their core did you take out?
Not sure.
Like 8 or 9.
Killed
Solid
a lot
amount.
though.
It's good. It's good work.
Yeah,
Look,
not only that, we got one of the the guy responsible for raising and training the wyverns for them.
is that who that was? And he sort of like looks back over his shoulder.
Yeah, he agreed that as long as we don't harm the 2 wyverns, he's willing to cooperate and not try to murder anyone.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, much appreciated for that. There is one other thing that you should know. In the midst of your battle, an attack was launched on the eastern front, specifically the bridge out of the city. My troops are holding it for now, and I don't know how long they will hold it for. But if you would like, I could ask you to assist in that as well.
Oh, so then just like stretches and like sure, wipes some of the wyvern guts off his fancy armor.
Okay. Now, I will tell you the mechanical details of this for a moment, sort of like not in game specifically, but metagame a little bit. If you go and you do this other mission, it's a potentially story important thing, but you will not get a short rest or a long rest between now and this next mission. And if you go and do this next mission, you probably won't have enough time overnight to take a long rest. If you do the mission in a certain number of rounds, you will have a chance to take a long rest overnight. But if you don't succeed in that time frame, you'll only be able to take a short rest before the dawn.
How's everyone's HP looking?
I'm pretty low.
I can do some healing too. I can do like a lot of healing.
Oh
Like
shit, you're a
2/3
healer?
Probably.
Yeah, right. Like I can get us all up to full health, no problem.
Get out of here.
All right,
I
so
could use
yeah.
some.
Well, if it's story important, that sounds pretty important to the story. So
Doing this mission versus not doing this mission impacts the story in different ways. That's all. And
okay.
choosing to do the mission, it's going to be a dangerous mission.
You like danger.
Not getting a long rest has implications for the next set of missions. It's up to you guys.
We're pretty dangerous ourselves.
I think we like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we will hold off on that until next session, where we will zoom over to the Eastern Front and help hold the bridge. Is there any healing you want to do now, or do you want to take care of that next session at the beginning of the next session, Sir Venom?
I can do it now just so we don't forget.
Okay.
So let's see. So Aura of Vitality is 2d6 every action, so 10d6. So 35, and then 2 1s in there. So
So
let's call
30.
it like 37.
Yeah.
A 37.
Yeah, you take that 37, Vincent.
Thank you.
And then, oh wow, 4 1s in that one.
You can make that 6 plus 6.
All right, so 28. And then I'll do it one more time.
Yeah, what's everybody at?
I had like 2/3 health.
That's pretty good.
I'm up to I'm
So-
up to 73.
28 with 1 1, so we'll call it 29.
Okay.
28 plus 29, 40, 57.
And who's that for?
We can like divide all this too.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to keep track of the numbers until we get like enough for everyone. 7.
Well, if you could just keep going, give me that number, and we'll see what that gets us to.
And you
What'd
got
say,
your
28?
I don't think you used your self heal yet, Vincent.
Yeah, I do still have that.
Oh yeah,
Second
use
wind.
that.
Okay. What is that called?
Second wind.
Second wind.
It's D10 plus fight level.
A D10.
Yep.
Ouch.
Plus what?
Plus your fight level.
What's a fight level?
You're a fighter.
Fighter.
I know.
So 13.
Oh, just like my overall level.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Now we're good. Now we're ready to go fight.
Alright, so let's see.
All
So
right.
we have 57 HP to split, and I have 2 more 3rd level spell slots that I could conceivably use to cast like once or
Alright.
twice more.
But
But it might not be a bad idea to save those spell slots too, just in case.
yeah, I'm gonna use my jacket as a heal on it, but I forget where to even look for that. Oh.
Is that a? Oh yeah, your troll skin jacket or whatever.
Why am I missing something from my inventory? Duster of the Drunkard. 64 plus 6.
Or duster.
And we have a ton of healing potions too.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 17.
And did I definitely needed to skin those one or
23.
two of those wyverns.
Yeah, you could
Or
I don't know,
could we
an hour is the one issue there. I'm
could
not
we
sure you would
ask
have an hour.
could we ask like Victor to send some people to skin them for us as a
Yeah,
favor for taking down a bunch of wyverns in his city?
you could definitely get that to happen for you. And I
Yeah.
would say that they would give you 3 wyvern pelts.
Okay. You.
Yeah, have that sent to my place.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be like 60 pounds of like wyvern leather.
So Sir Venom's
Yeah.
at 70, and what's Riku? What's your health, Riku?
I'm at 81.
81. So I feel like we can just divide the 57 3 ways and just do it that way because we're all about the same.
So that's 19 hit points per person.
That's good to me.
All right.
And I might drink one of the small potions of healing. Which is what, the 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah. Yep.
So another 7.
All right.
Now I'm up to 96. I can work with that.
So 96 for Sir Venom, 100 of 107 for Riku, 87 of 108 for Vincent, and 107 of 132 for Axel. All right. We'll pick it up here next time where you are headed to the Eastern Front to hold the bridge with a group of watch from an onslaught of goblins attempting to destroy the bridge and take it down.